Well, chat, you got to hear Dahmers just coughing their lungs out. How's it going, guys?
Hi, Chair.
Me and Dahmers just getting everything ready. We weren't sure what to do today, but then a couple people on stream seemed very insistent that we should look at sovereign citizens.
Of course, of course.
And I'm sure I don't have to explain to Dama what a sovereign citizen is.
I know what a soft sit is. They make the best body cams.
Yeah, chat, we are not endorsing the police brutality here, but some
However,
people deserve it. Some people deserve to get police brutality. And sovereign citizens are one of those.
Yeah.
Also, in really quick chat, let me find the picture for you.
Sovereign kitten.
Because a wonderful person on my Discord made a sovereign citizen meme for me to post to my Twitter.
Hi, chat.
Did you see
Hi,
it,
hi,
Thomas?
hi. I don't think I have. Maybe. I'll need to see it again.
But chat, thank you on my Discord to the wonderful person who made this little thing.
This little guy.
It's a wonderful little
Am
guy.
I being I did see that.
So thank you to the person on Discord who made that. It was wonderful. Let me pop open the memes chat so I can Shaikiba, which I think I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you. It is very lovely. Anyways, chat. Me and Dama are also ordering food.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're hungry bitches.
Well, I'm not hungry right now. I'm gonna order it later.
Dama's gonna schedule food.
I'm scheduling food. So it's just in time for dinner.
But do you have any anything you want to mention before we get started, Damers?
Nothing that comes to mind. No.
Certainly you have
Hello,
something.
Satoru. I don't really have anything. Except, I guess my older dog is doing better. She's doing a lot better. Thankfully. I still gotta watch her, though. So, there's that. Also, hi, Satoru. Hi, chat. Hi, hi, hi. Thomas, one of those people that needs to schedule everything in advance. I mean, who doesn't schedule stuff in advance, though? I thought that was normal.
Well, I mean, food, not really. I just kind of, when I'm hungry, I go for it. I'm sitting here till it's time to nap. Time zones are apparently a thing. To be fair, this is the earliest I stream in the week. Every other time it's 6 hours from now. But that's how I
I
like
don't
to
even
roll.
schedule my birthday. Don't worry, Lion. I'll celebrate your birthday for you.
Imagine scheduling a birthday. Couldn't be me.
Well, sometimes you just have to schedule your birthday. Sometimes you have to.
Nah, I can do whatever I want on my birthday.
I can't do everything I want on my birthday.
Definite skill issue.
You're saying that you could rob a bank for your birthday?
Yeah.
I doubt that.
I don't see anybody
I don't think
stopping me.
so. The police. The police is gonna stop you.
Well, you know, they can try.
Or just scheduling your birth. Sometimes you just gotta do that, man. So hi, dragon. Hi.
Only egotists schedule their birthdays. Good thing nobody here does that. You saying you can get a big booty Latina on your birthday? I don't think I'm legally allowed, chat. I'm too white for that.
Impossible. You can always do that.
No, I'm too white.
Uh-uh.
It's a very unfortunate situation. It's a debilitating condition. I'm sure chat is well aware of the negatives of being white in society.
Couldn't be me.
Don't worry, I gave you the white pass.
Yeah, I gave Mizu my black card. I can't get it back.
Or as the Twitter people would say, Dama is white passing.
Get in touch with your inner colonizer. Oh god.
Damn right.
Damn straight.
Damn Skippy, son.
Uh-huh, girlfriend.
Means you should ask Dama about the negatives of being a white woman. You have the white debuff and the woman debuff. It must be hard.
So difficult.
I mean, and with the way things are going, you're not even going to be able to vote soon.
Oh no.
So I don't know if you guys saw this chat, but I haven't looked into the specifics of the situation. And I'm not sure I would consider this political or not. There is currently a white woman who is trying to fight in court to say that at 25 years old that she was not intelligent enough to consent, and she's trying to pull that in court.
What a tard!
And she's saying that as a 25-year-old woman, her brain is not fully developed because technically your brain like never fully develops. Your brain is constantly growing like throughout your life. And she's like, at 25, my brain is not fully developed. Therefore, I cannot consent. And she is trying so hard to push this in court. And I am just so curious of what's going to happen.
I don't think jack shit is gonna happen.
No, I think something
That
could
just
happen. It'd be
means
hilarious.
I don't think anything will happen. I think she'll just be called, okay, so you were just a stupid adult. Okay. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter.
That is a possibility. Another possibility is soon you won't be able to consent anymore, Dama. I hope you're excited for that.
Crazy. Wow. Imagine if it works. Oh no.
Yeah.
God.
It's
That's so
a very
dumb.
stupid. Like, do you really want to win that in court? Like, think about it. Because that's not just gonna apply to like this one case. That's gonna apply to like the rest of your life, and you're gonna have to deal with that. Uh, I would laugh my butt off if the judge granted it, but specifically just for her, and he's just like, yes, specifically you are too stupid to consent, so I am writing into law that you specifically can never consent to anything again. Have fun with that. Without like your parents signing off on it for you.
Wow.
That's what I would do if I was in the judge's position, and I think that'd be really freaking funny.
It would be, but I don't know. Like, what specifically is she saying that she didn't consent to?
I think it was like a business transaction.
What?
Something like that.
How? What? That's so stupid. Did she spend all of her money on like Genshin or something? Like, what business transaction did she do?
That was an Asian woman that did that. Have I ever showed you the story of the two Japanese girls that they were so desperate for roles on their gacha that they sold their virginity online like 8 or 9 different times?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they kept trying to sell their virginity to different people like over and over again. I
that,
genuinely think it's like one of the funniest things.
that that's crazy.
Now, what, wouldn't you sell your virginity like 50 times?
No. No.
For gacha
Not
too,
even
chat.
not even for Gacha, man.
They ever get a taker? Yeah, no, they had already sold it like 6 or 7 times until they finally got caught with a guy on like the 7th or 8th time. And it's because the guy on the 7th or 8th time was like being followed by police or something, which is how they caught him. People with
I don't think
gambling
that's how
addiction
it
sure have
works.
fallen far. That's horrible. They should be sued. To be fair, yes, that is
That is probably a suable thing.
that is technically false, whatever it's called. But I think it's so funny, especially because they got away with it so many times until somebody finally just accidentally caught them.
But I'm also like trying to think, like, how would you sue for that in court? It's like, oh, these women sold me their virginity, but they actually weren't virgins.
Well, he specifically would not get away with it in court because they were underage. Uh,
Ah, never mind.
yeah,
Oh God.
if it was an adult woman, there's a possibility.
Well, shit, man. What the fuck? Uh,
All right, can't have shit these days.
never become desperate for Gacha chat. Moral of the story. Do not become this desperate for Gacha games.
I mean, maybe.
What do you mean, maybe?
I mean, maybe.
Would you sell your virginity for Gacha?
No.
Tama, what if I'm the seller? You better find someone who'd buy.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's funny. For me,
$20 is $20. Oh my god.
yeah, bro, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
It's called commissioning a decent hentai artist. I mean, true.
True enough, yeah.
True and real.
Mizu, sell your VRC virginity. It's too late for that.
Oh god, you lost yours already?
I mean, obviously.
Oh my god.
Who's gonna keep theirs? It's cringe. Imagine being that much of a virgin. God.
What?
Well, Dom, are you that much of a virgin?
No.
Very delayed response there.
I said no.
I'm not sure I
I was
believe you.
talking about your VR chat virginity. Like you already lost yours.
Yeah, obviously. What kind of loser is gonna keep that?
I don't have VR chat.
Nope, sounds like we need to get it for you then.
No. No, I don't want it. You can keep it.
But it's free. So technically
No.
you already have it.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
I'm not.
I hate
Uh,
that every time I think of you already have it, all I can think of is the Xbox thing where the guy screams, "You have Uno!"
he came free with your Xbox.
And he's like, "I don't have. You have Uno!"
Start up the throwing tone like you're getting a VR headset. I don't want the VR headset.
I'm never
I
gonna get
don't
over you have
want it.
Uno. It's so
You
funny to
already
me.
have Uno.
It's not on mine. I have the oldest Xbox known to man. The guy just screams, "I got mine on day one, motherfucker." Oh, I love it.
Being groomed to VR chat might actually be worse than getting groomed in real life. I don't know. I think both are worse. Both are bad.
Yeah, chat. You don't want to get groomed anywhere. I mean, unless you're into that, I guess.
Unless you're strangely into that.
If you're into that, go for it. I'm not gonna judge. I mean, I'm gonna judge a little, but
I will be judging. Listen, love doesn't judge, but I do. I will be judging.
just a little bit though, chat. Somebody's got to keep you weirdos in line.
Someone's got to bully them.
Even if we do appreciate all of you, you still need to be bullied.
True Tom doesn't groom herself. What do you mean? I take care of myself. Most of the time.
If that's what you want to go with.
What do you mean?
Yeah, whatever explanation you need to tell yourself, Dama, that's fine.
What?
No, really, it's fine. It's all good.
Are you saying I'm coping?
A little bit, coping, sneezing.
Wow.
Oh, come on, Dama, you knew you were.
I was not.
Oh, you're definitely coping.
I am not.
You hear this
Coping
nonsense
at all.
coming out of their mouth, chat?
Chat, don't you believe me? Listen, so many of my own chat doesn't believe that I shower. They think I just haven't showered for weeks.
Well,
And
have you?
I showered yesterday.
I'm not sure I believe that.
What do you mean? Start a poll? A poll on whether I shower.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
See what democracy decides.
Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Does
Are you actually gonna
Dama
say
shower?
Mizu? Mizu, what the hell?
We'll let the people decide.
No!
Already have 5 no's.
What?
6
Fuck you!
no's.
All 6 of you suck.
Oh, you got 1 yes.
You never said I couldn't vote. As a free American citizen, I will cast my vote.
Chat says I'm doing my part.
Even if you do, you smell like goat milk. That's so mean. Castle, I hate you. I'm so getting you.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have your goat milk whatever going on.
I have goat milk body soap. Well, it's a bar of soap that is made with goat milk. That's supposed to be good for sensitive skin.
And it also makes you smell like goat milk.
Listen, it goes away after a bit, okay?
Fine a
It
bit.
goes away. Like, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe?
That's a long bit. I mean, you do you, Dama, whatever you need to tell yourself.
She doesn't like talking about her goat milk. Listen, it's just the soap that smells like that, okay? I spray perfume on, so I smell like mainly perfume. And like 2% goat.
Yeah, with like a hint of goat milk in the back.
A hint of goat.
Oh, dig goat milk. The vote is closed. Oh no, never mind.
A little bit of Latinkles is always with me. Even behind the scenes, Latinkles is always with me.
Well, chat, while Dama copes to all of you for a moment,
I'm not coping!
I need to run and move my clothes over to the dryer.
You go do that.
And Dama will entertain you with stories about their goat milk.
Hi, chat. You don't actually think I don't shower, right? You all know I shower, right? It's like a cocktail of chemicals and goat produce. The smell of goat will never escape her. What do you mean? A neat that wears perfume? That's just sad. What do you mean? I'm allowed to have perfume. Listen, I have bottles of perfume handed down from other family members that didn't finish the bottle. So I have many choices. Pick or no proof. How do I prove I took a shower? You smell? You smell, chat. All of you stink. I bet you haven't showered at all. Just because you picked doesn't mean you're not stinky. So 1% 2% are whole goat milk. I don't know. I've never actually had goat milk or goat cheese. We all know you don't shower enough. Okay, well, like, I shower every other day. I, like, barely sweat. Unless it's, like, really hot and it's summertime. I definitely have showered. My hair is luxurious. Proof for it didn't happen. You guys are so mean. You shower daily. I don't. You stink. I'm not stinky. Look at this way. At least we don't call out the high-pitched fire alarm beep. Listen, chat, I replace my batteries, okay? I break the stereotype of I replace my smoke alarm batteries. So you will never hear a beep. Never ever. I always take a pic when I shower for proof. What? Why do you have to prove? We should go gun you with that. I'm breaking the stereotype. Breaks one stereotype 1 out of 10. That's so mean, chat. That's so mean.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
So my washer and dryer, right? He's outside. Yeah. So I have to go outside and go check it. But I'm also just not wearing pants. I don't feel like putting on pants just to walk outside to go to my washer and dryer.
Oh god.
Anyways, has nothing to do with what you think happened. Even walking outside in like no pants and just the wonderful airy pantalones I have on. It's hot as fuck. Like you can walk outside with no pants and just the heat immediately hits you and it's like, oh god, it's so hot.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean I'm not wearing pants and it's still hot? That's not allowed. That's illegal.
You know it's hot when you're about to go to bed, you just pull off all of your clothes because it's still so hot.
You sleep in bed in clothes? I've never slept in bed with clothes. That's weird.
What do you mean that's weird?
It's just weird.
It's weird if you get naked in bed.
No, it's not. That's normal.
You only get naked for bed when you do the bedroom tango.
No, you're just always naked in bed. That way you can more easily access the bedroom tango. I am 5 steps ahead of you.
Why?
Because it's uncomfortable to try and sleep in clothes. It gets like tangled up and bunched up under you, and then you can feel like the creases under you when you're laying on it.
And
that's gay, and I don't like it. It's deeply homosexual behavior, Dama.
What?
Anyways, chat. We should probably get on to the subject of the hour. Although I need to screen share with Dama. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed this, but did you notice that Discord changed like their whole UI for screen sharing?
Again?
Yes.
Let me set us up here.
I'm open to suggestions, chat. However, I just chose one that I watched a little bit of, and I was like, this looks funny. The exasperated again makes it so much better. Yeah, Discord is like constantly changing their UI right now, and I kind of hate it. Like, can we just leave the UI to be normal for like just like a couple weeks or something? Like, please. I don't understand why we need to constantly change it. What are you doing, Dama?
Yeah, I set us all up.
Oh.
Should be good.
As a random side note, chat, I'm surprised that out of me and Dama, I was the first one to get a womb tattoo.
Well, why would I have a womb tattoo?
Look at all that free real estate down there. What do you mean?
I already have, like, a tattoo, though. I have several.
Yeah, but look at all that free real estate down there.
Yeah? What about it?
You even got your pantalones open.
Yeah, what about it?
You got tons of free real estate.
I don't know, I never thought about it.
That is a fresh canvas waiting to be used.
It's too late now.
Oh, you can always add more to it.
I'm already about to move on to another outfit.
Cringe.
I know.
So, are you ready for some sob sits, Dama?
I am.
I gotta make sure the volume's gonna be fine. Here, let's... Filters. Maybe that?
First, let's talk about what sovereign citizens actually are. It's a very loosely defined group of people that believe U.S. laws don't apply to them, based mostly on cherry-picked court rulings and statutes. This can lead to traffic stops by police, who often find these, quote, sovereign citizens driving with fake plates or without a driver's license. We begin today's After Hours.
So this is something I will say, because I think we talked about this when we talked about sovereign citizens a little bit last time. But they have like this really bizarre outlook on life where they're very confident that they're right about all this crazy bullshit they spout, but they clearly do stuff that is intended to trick people into thinking they're not doing crazy bullshit so they don't get caught. Like he mentioned, they'll have fake license plates, and it's like, okay, if you don't believe that you need a license plate, why have a fake one?
True.
And it's because you're intentionally trying to not get caught not having a license plate. So you don't even believe your own bullshit.
Very true.
And that's just always one thing that throws me off. It's like, you clearly don't believe your own shit.
In Myrtle Creek, Oregon. It's April 2022, and a police officer noticed problems with an SUV's license plate. Jania Green Carnes is in the driver's seat, and she's frustrated from the very first moment.
Hi there. Yep. Hey, I'm Officer Kennedy, Myrtle Creek Police. Conversation's being recorded, okay?
Yes, it is.
Side note, we should have done bingo with this now that I think about it.
Ooh, can we do like a last minute bingo?
Yeah, we can do a last minute bingo. So what do you want on a bingo list?
Actually, I was just gonna see if I could like look one up if there was one on the internet. We could try and make our own though.
Yeah, we could look at that real quick if there's a subset bingo.
Or maybe just like true crime bingo could also work.
So here's one. It includes the government is a corporation, oath of office, I'm only here under duress, cop breaks the window, imposes a unilateral contract, phony identification, creates a parallel legal system. Some of these are good, some of these I don't think I've heard before, which is, one of them is America is really Morocco.
Really Morocco? What the fuck?
I don't think I've heard that one before. Article 4, Corpus Delicti, Terry versus Ohio. I don't think Terry versus Ohio should be on there, because that's just a real thing. I don't know, I'm kind of good with this one for the most part. The only one I don't really get is America is Morocco, but I think it's fine if there's like one on there we don't really get.
Yeah.
So here, I could copy image. And then here I will position it in a way so chat can see it really quick. I'm gonna chat, this is gonna be our Sovset bingo card.
Hell yeah.
The only one me and Dama don't really get is down here in the corner. America is really Morocco. That one never heard before.
What is happening in Morocco to where people say that?
You know the Morocco one? I kind of hope we see that one today, because I've watched a lot of sovereign citizen stuff. I've never seen Morocco brought up. So
Yeah,
do you want?
I don't know what they're referencing at all.
Also here, let me pull up this on the other window so I can kind of watch it like as we go, I guess.
The stop today is the unregistered tags are expired. Do you have your license on now? Is that a firearm under your jacket? Don't reach for it, just answer it. I don't know. I'm asking if it's a firearm, so if you reach for it, we have issues.
It is.
Okay, don't ever reach for it, okay? Okay. Will you do me a favor? I'd like to remove that from you.
I would rather remove it myself
Okay,
than
you're not
place
going to
it
do
on
that.
that.
You're not going to put a firearm in
Sir,
your Okay, so
I'm-
just hear me
I
out.
am
Stop
not-
talking. Just let me explain, okay? It's for my safety. I don't mean any harm to you.
Excuse me, but It's about my safety.
Okay, I'm not going to.
It's about
nor am I
my
putting off any
safety.
guilt.
I'm not
This
worried about you.
is what I would like to do. Okay? All I would like you to do is cross your fingers like this, put your hand on your head, and I'd like to just grab it and take it out. I'm not going to seize
No,
it or
I
anything
do not
like
want my weapon
that.
outside
Okay.
of my vehicle.
Where's your ID?
I do not want my weapon outside of the vehicle.
Where is your
I am
ID?
willing
Where's
to
your
put
ID?
my weapon on the dash so that you can clearly
Do not
see it.
touch that gun.
Fine.
Okay.
Then it'll
I'll
see
tell you
where
what.
it's at.
Put the paperwork on the dash for me. Put the paperwork on the dash.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to, and it's a lawful order. Put the paperwork on the dash now, and put your hands on the steering wheel and don't move them. Okay? You're being confrontational. You have a firearm. We're not going to play that game.
So can we mark that one down as gun fetishism or violent personality?
Yep.
Because she, I don't know why she's like so, like gun-ho on this. Boop. I should probably change this to red. And
Maybe
then,
she'll be attracted to her reflection. No idea.
why can I not click this correctly?
That's a woman. Chat, be nice.
For some reason, this window is not letting me click things correctly.
Oh no.
There we go, I just had to refresh it. No, it still won't let me do it! You bitch! I just wanted to make it a little transparent so people could, like, see it better. Maybe I have to do this first.
Soft sits are cop magnets. They are, honestly.
Well, because they do a bunch of stuff that makes them, like, openly suspicious.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be different if they were a bit more subtle about it. Okay, whatever, it's just not gonna let me click on the screen correctly for some reason. I just make my dot smaller.
I'm going to get your name, date of birth, and I'm going to continue my traffic stop. Do you understand that?
I think I'll just plead the fifth.
That's fine. I recommend that. Well, if you're not going to plead the fifth, you're going to need to present me with an ID. Can you point to where your ID is?
No, sir. You told me to put my hands on the
but
steering
you
wheel.
told me you were going to plead the fifth, which means you're not going to talk anymore. Okay, if you're not going to talk, you can't tell me your name and your date of birth. Does that make sense? So, will you tell me your name and date of birth?
Not until I
Nope.
present this paperwork.
Okay. 3216. Can I get another unit?
Can I get another unit?
Keep your hands right where they're at.
I will keep them there as long as I can.
Okay. Perfect. They need to remain there, and your hand needs to stay away from that.
And I already told you.
This is a side note, but she just has, like, such a punchable personality.
Literally.
Like, the way
It's like-
she's just talking and acting. Like, I don't like you. I want to hit you so bad.
I just want to present my paperwork. It's like, ma'am,
It's one of those things, like, why do you always think
just
sovereign
move your
citizens...
firearm.
Like, why do you always think, like, certain groups of people have such negative, interactions with police? It's like, because they act like this.
Just they act like this.
will keep them there as long as I can. This is not exactly a comfortable position.
Not yet. Female's verbally uncooperative.
Well, he just said on your wheel. You put it at 10 and 2.
Answering you without lying.
Not at this time.
See, you guys always do that. You guys always make something up that isn't there.
What did I make up today, ma'am?
You're saying I'm being confrontational. I'm not being
Okay,
confrontational.
maybe let me
I
use a
am-
different word. Argumentative.
Well, maybe argumentative, but
Maybe
argumentative.
argumentative.
You're not getting everything you want exactly when you want it.
Yeah, because I gotta survive every contact, and
I
I'm gonna
understand
get
that.
what I want when there's a firearm involved.
You know what?
It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, but it's the police that have proved themselves to be unreliable.
Oh yeah? Have you ever met me before?
Yes, I have.
You've met me. Where did you meet me?
Matter of fact, really doesn't matter.
Okay, so you haven't met me, so therefore you have no idea whether I'm reliable or not.
All I know is you're wearing a monkey suit.
A monkey suit? I believe it's a police uniform and a badge. But that's fine. I get what you're trying to do. You're mad at the badge, not at me. I'm just trying to go home every day.
I don't trust the badge.
Okay, you don't have to trust me, but not that I don't trust you, I can't trust you because I don't know you. Okay, I stop hundreds, possibly thousands of people every year, and I have to survive each of those contacts for a duration of 25 years. Okay?
I understand that.
I know how to do that, and I know how I want people to react if they do have a firearm, and so that's what I go off of. Okay.
And I was willing to compromise with you, but you're not willing to compromise. You want it
what
your
is the
way.
compromise?
You're not willing to
I'm
compromise.
willing to
Compromise
put it on the
what?
dash, or even to allow you to put it on the dash. I
would like to do that.
willing to allow you to remove it from my vehicle.
Okay. I can work with you on that a little bit. If I'm going to put it on your dash, I'm going to unload it first.
That's fine.
Okay. Will you put your hands on your head with your fingers crossed so I can remove it from you? Thank you. I appreciate that.
I will say this is that for a sovereign citizen is a wild like compromise. Normally they just straight refuse the whole way through.
Yeah.
I am amazed that she is allowing that. I kind of expected more of a fight.
Any other firearms?
It's even purple.
What purple?
Put my
What?
hands down now.
The gun.
Oh.
If you could keep them at least visible, that would be wonderful.
Now, can I begin going over this paperwork with me that you're going to thoroughly disagree with me on anyway?
I'm not saying I'm going to disagree with you. It may be legitimate, okay?
It is legitimate.
Okay.
I've done
Well, that's
my
fine.
research in my own
Once I get this done, we'll move on with the rest of the stop.
Why are you removing the bullets one by one? Like, I didn't see what kind of gun she had.
You don't get to decide how things go. Okay. I'm all about respecting you and trying to work with you.
I was trying to be helpful.
You were not. I was asking
yes,
you to do something,
I
and
was
you were refusing to.
I was talking about with getting the bullets out of the gun. I was just trying. It would have been easier and faster to get the bullets out if you'd have pushed the release.
Okay.
That's all I was trying to say.
Before that, I was giving you a lawful order, and
It's
you
a
were
revolver,
refusing to
yeah.
obey that. For personal
Well, if it's a
feelings, I
revolver,
understand
then
that.
he's just an
You got
idiot who
hurt
can't get
that
the
way.
bullets out
But there's times during a
correctly.
traffic stop or an interaction with
My gun
police,
is
you
still
have to
not on
set
my
your
dash.
personal opinion or feelings
Nice freedom
aside
dispenser,
to
man.
obey a lawful
to
order.
put my weapon on my dash.
Afterwards.
That's a crazy
Correct.
everyday carry.
After I
Agreed
told you.
to put my weapon.
Okay, we're gonna stop this.
on
I'm gonna wait for the
dash.
chief. We'll go from there. I'm gonna put it on the dash now. You need to not reach for it, and I'm gonna put it on that side. Will you roll that window down?
I have to turn.
Just turn it. Turn it.
Wait,
yeah.
does she not have a hood?
Where's the hood of her?
Accelerator on.
Where's her
We'll put it
hood? What the hell?
She-
Where'd it go?
Can you see, like, it looks like it's damaged up here on the front, too? Like, she clearly hit something.
Yeah.
down.
Where's her
Turn
hood?
it to the on. Yeah. Accelerator on. That's fine.
Surprised to be sure. Not much of a surprise.
I wonder why she got pulled
I'm
over.
gonna hold it here until the chief's here. Okay, where's your identification at?
I will just wait for your chief.
Fine with me.
The chief of police arrives to help the officer.
I have the firearm now. So essentially, pros, I noticed she had the firearm on her hip, not a big deal. I asked her if it was a firearm that she'd point at it or tell me instead of reaching it. She reached for it. Anyway, I asked her to put her hands on her head so I could remove it from her.
Why are you
and take it
talking
back to my
through the
vehicle
car to the
security
chief?
for the rest of the stop. She's mildly argumentative. She refused to do that. We ended up coming to a compromise. She let me take it off her and unload it. So it's been a bit of a confrontation. I've asked her for a license multiple times. She said she wouldn't give it until you got here, so that's where we're at. So can I
Because
have
I
your
don't
license?
want to repeat myself.
Okay, can I have your license, please?
Okay, just real quick, ma'am, just so you know, my name is Chief Brewster. Let you know I got my camera going too, so it is recording, okay?
Okay? I've got my camera recording as well. Now, as I told you before I relinquish my information, I'm going to go over this paperwork. Okay? Which, of course, is not in order.
Just coughing all over it. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I promise this was in order when I put it in.
Despite being insistent that she read the papers to the officers, it takes Green Carnes a while to get things organized. But she finally finds what she's looking for.
So, as you're asking me for my driver's license, I do want you to know that it's the right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon.
Oh no, she's traveling! She's fucking traveling!
So I don't think we've gotten traveling yet, but I do think we're at requiring a driver's license is illegal.
Oh.
I was waiting for this because I was wondering if it was going to be not driving, I'm traveling, requiring a driver's license is illegal, or imposes a unilateral contract. I think this is driver's license is illegal. What do you think?
I feel like she's trying to say that she's traveling with private property.
Fair. We'll let it go out a little bit more.
Our automobile is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee, one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights. He will be protected, not only in his person, but in his safe conduct.
I'm fine with going with driving and traveling for that one.
And I can give you where to find that if you would like.
And we don't need to. The U.S. Supreme Court has already squashed that, so...
No,
The Supreme Court already squashed it.
Yes, they have. And you do have a right to travel. You have a right to travel by your feet or your horse, but you have to have a driver's license.
No, you do not.
Okay, we can argue this later. So
Ooh,
you
she's
can
against
provide
driver's
your
license.
driver's license, or you will be arrested for failure to carry and present.
For what crime?
Fail to carry and present a driver's license. That's a Class C misdemeanor in the state of Oregon.
Without a crime.
You can tell that the police
See, this
have
is what
heard
I'm
this song
talking about,
against
right?
before. Yeah.
She just went through this whole thing about how she doesn't have to have a license because she's not doing commerce. And they're like, okay, we'll give us your license. And then she hands one over. She's got one. So it's like you don't believe your own bullshit because you still went out and you got a driver's license. Like, as soon as they did, like, the most minor amount of pressing, like, yeah, this is bullshit. You're immediately like, fine, here you go.
Yeah.
They don't believe it.
A failure.
So you have to let go of it. You have to
Why
present
do-
it to...
Why do I have to let go of it? I presented it. You can see it.
Do you have
Does that cop have something written on his hand?
Yeah.
Why do I have to let go? I presented
What?
it.
Why?
Probably like reminders or something.
Why do I have to let go?
That's just
Fucking numbers.
weird. Don't cops like
Some
have a
people do
billion
it.
notepads in their car?
Yeah. Sometimes you're just lazy though. You gotta write it on your skin so that you remember.
I guess.
You need that physical reminder.
Do you have a concealed handgun license with you?
No,
Okay. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
not required.
Okay. Good.
Not
whether-
required.
I don't think that was on
Whether you feel
here.
it's required or not, do you have insurance information? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you have registration information? Whether it's required in your opinion or not, do you have...
I don't know if it's here in the car or not.
Okay, so you just don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'll be back.
Green Carnes continues to be uncooperative and invokes her Fifth Amendment right to remain silent for the time being.
So, ma'am, here's the deal. If you believe that this is part of your right to travel, this isn't the place to argue that. Okay? That's why they have a court of law.
You mean another waste of my time?
Okay, well,
Another waste of my time.
citing what you think's a part of the Constitution, And so if it's constitutionally sound, that's what a court's for. And that's why there's appeals processes. If you don't like the original court ruling. Okay, and if you read closely, they did not rule that you have the right to travel without a driver's license in a motor vehicle. Okay?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I can show you.
Well, that's fine. Again, if you believe that that's the case, that's what a court's for. It's not to sit out here and argue on the side of the highway with the officer, because that just escalates things and things turn worse. We'll be back with the...
So I just wanted to say, currently we have a chance at an immediate bingo on the first video. If it comes back that the driver's license is fake, I think we get phony identification. And then if they like try to arrest her and she starts screaming about having rights, then we get that one. But I think it's a real driver's license. I don't think we're gonna get it.
It might be real.
Not authorize him to do that.
Do what?
He told me he was going to put it on the dash.
Okay. Well, I'll talk with him, okay?
Bruh.
Okay.
You giving it back to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in this bag with all the emails.
Who is she?
Suspended violation. I've never dealt with her before.
So she prevented you a driver's license, and she's suspended?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask her if she knows that. That's a crime if she knows she's suspended.
Well, also, she was cited and convicted.
Okay, unfortunately, I don't think suspended falls under phony.
Sag.
I don't think we have suspended on here. It's wild to me that it's suspended and she's still, like, carrying it around. Like, you'd think that would be enough for her to be like, I don't care anymore, right?
Yeah.
Also, my snackage just got here. I'll be right back.
Okay. I just realized that my fucking my text chat has been off my screen. The fuck? Hold on. Where? How did that fuck up? What happened? I don't know how that got moved around, but okay. Should be fixed. It's a little wonky for some reason. Also, yes, Dragon, I can see your messages. I'm we're doing a podcast, however. But no, I do not play Roblox, like, at all. Mizu left us again, he hates us. I know, right? Always leaving us. Always off to get cigarettes and milk. I do need a drink for these videos, man.
Remember the Daryl Brooks trial? It was bingo card full every time. I did not actually watch that trial.
I remember bits and pieces of it. Wasn't he a guy with the stupid haircut who, like, tried to defend himself in court?
That did not narrow it down at all. You're gonna need to elaborate.
If I remember correctly, it was like a murder case, and he was trying to say that, like, oh, well, I didn't actually kill her. When, like, and I think a witness was, like, his kids, I think, and he tried to basically say that, like, oh, well, like, you actually didn't see that at all. To his own kids. Like, you didn't see that.
Sounds about right. Are you back with milk and cigarettes? Sorry, chat, I am back with burger and fries.
Delicious.
Oh shit. I don't know
What
why,
happened?
but the place I order burger and fries from, exactly one time, they have sent them in like these little boxes that are big enough for the burger and the fries. Every other time they've come separate. But
Wow.
one time they showed me that they had a box that could hold both. Exactly
Wow.
once.
Just once.
But yeah, I'm sorry, Shy. I haven't had food this morning, so I'm kind of hungry. But, you ready to continue?
Yes.
I can't believe we're already like 12 minutes into this video. It seems like it's like flying by, and I'm stopping like every 5 seconds, but we're already like 12 minutes in.
That's how React content works, baby.
Yeah.
December 29th of 21 for Grand West County Government Church on a public roadway. So
Ma'am, did you know your driving privileges are suspended in Oregon?
We're in Oregon. Is she smoking right now?
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
After checking her information in the system, the officers decide it's time to arrest her.
Hey, Gina. So this is the deal, okay? I need you to step out of the vehicle because you're being placed under arrest for carrying a concealed firearm.
I'm crossing my fingers. Please roll your window up and have them break it. Pretty please.
Please. Please.
I want it so bad. Like last time when we were watching the cop videos, we got like one taser the entire time and we never even
That was
saw it.
actually so disappointing.
Yeah, we got one taser in a video that promised like a massive taser, like whatever. And we got to see like one taser.
One taser.
Please roll up the window and let them break it. I want to see it so bad.
Please. I need a bingo. Please.
You're
Please.
placing me under arrest for a concealed.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
please. Roll it up.
Can I ask what led you to that decision?
Okay, well, you're carrying a concealed firearm, and that's a crime in Oregon.
You're arresting me for a concealed firearm? Yes. How did you
Yes.
come to that conclusion? Well, you had a firearm.
You had
And
it
it was
on your
concealed.
person.
I don't know what you want me to say.
How'd you come to that conclusion? Well, it's on your purse.
It's right here. It's this purple one. I think you've seen it.
ma'am, do you recall I asked you if that was a gun underneath your jacket?
And I said yes.
Okay, so by me not being able to tell whether it was a gun or not, it was not in open plain view, right? Okay, so it would have been concealed if I can't tell that it's a gun.
You could obviously see the butt of it.
If you got your sweatshirt covering that gun, it's concealed. An open carry is open carry, nothing obstructing the firearm or the holster that it's in.
So had it been on the dash or like flat on the passenger seat,
Or had it been on your side without a sweatshirt covering it, that's not concealed. But you have it under
So
clothing,
now
that's
you
concealed.
guys want to nitpick.
and additionally, it's also a crime to present me with a driver's license knowing that it's suspended. I see you were convicted of driving while suspended in December, late December of 2021, which was only a few months ago. Additionally, you haven't been reinstated at all.
I will say so far, not a huge sovereign citizen on this one. Like, we know she is because she had that paperwork earlier. But I
Yeah.
haven't heard, like, most of the sovereign citizenisms that normally come with them.
Since then, so there's a
I'm
pretty
still
good
hoping
inclination
she
that
rolls
you
up
knew
her
you were
window.
suspended and
I
knew
want
that
it so
license
bad.
was not valid. That's also a crime in the state of Oregon.
You're making assumptions.
No, that's...
Assumption.
You're making assumptions.
Oh, as far as your knowledge
You're
of that?
assuming whether I knew or did not know.
Right, I never said I knew for a fact. Okay, I'm not in your mind, I can't know that. But there's pretty good evidence to show that you likely knew. But additionally from that, for the concealed firearm, yes, you are under arrest. So we just need you to step out. We don't want it to be incident or anything. Just ask you to step out and face the panel of their folks, please.
So, maybe like I explained to you, this isn't the place to argue. That just makes things worse. That's why there's court.
Yeah, you guys looked for the most petty thing that you could to arrest me for.
Okay, well, we didn't
And
look
I'm
for
willing
it.
to bet that in the process, you guys have got a whole lot of other things going on. So before we jump to that, I'd like to know what I was pulled over for.
I told you.
They always pull this right at the end. It's like, so what was I pulled over for?
So what was I pulled over for?
I mean, I could probably
What's
get you
my
on what you were.
charge, officer?
Like, I could probably get you on what I pulled you over for, but I think, like, your fucked up license plate is a couple tiers down the
Obstruction.
hill from concealed weapon and driving suspended. Because driving suspended means that you're a fucked up driver to start with. Typically means you're,
Literally.
like, running around drinking and driving most of the time. Also, doesn't sound like her, but looks almost identical to my aunt. I'm getting
Maybe she.
I'm
maybe
getting
she
real
has a
like
long
fight or
lost
flight
sister.
vibes right now.
Maybe long lost relative.
Getting real fight or flight vibes though, watching her and the way she acts and the, like her mannerisms.
God.
You're set for expired tires. Okay, additionally, the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended. It appeared to look similar to you based off the picture I pulled up before I stopped you. But in and of itself, I can stop you if the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended and the description would match. Additionally, you have a light housing on the back here that's broken. I didn't notify you that that's why I stopped you, because I was primarily just stopping you for the tag. But, I mean, we can point at things, but I don't want to nitpick with you. I don't want to argue with you. Okay, this is kind of what we're going to do. You're obviously very familiar with the...
I will say, who would have thought the woman who's completely missing a hood would also have a damaged tail light?
Ain't no way. Who would have thunk?
I wonder if the completely missing hood has anything to do with the suspended.
The courts, you referenced the Supreme Court earlier in the stop, okay? So you know that that's the place to argue this stuff. So at this point, that's why you're under arrest, okay? So we're gonna ask that you step out. We don't want an argument with you. We don't want any
So what are you going to do
altercation.
with my car?
So your car, so you were convicted of driving while suspended recently. So
You have no insurance on the vehicle.
You guys have
So-
no legal right to tow it.
Okay, again, you can argue that in court.
But I'm talking to you now.
Okay, this isn't the place for these arguments, okay, ma'am? So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and step out of the vehicle, and if you
I
refuse
Roll
will
the window.
to...
step out
Okay.
of the vehicle. However,
You gotta do it.
the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled that a vehicle is a household effect.
Okay,
No, it's
Therefore,
not.
you have no
Household
right
effect.
okay. Again, you can argue that in court.
So, partially correct, partially incorrect here. The Supreme Court has ruled that cars maintain a very strange place in between, like, a home and public property. It's hard to explain it, basically. You have an increased level of privacy within a car compared to the public, but you have a decreased level compared to your house.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain it without like going into super detail on it. But it wouldn't be a home effect. I don't know what specifically she means by that.
Like you don't keep. I mean, technically, yeah, you do keep your car in your house if you have a garage, but it's not a household item.
Imagine having enough money to have a garage.
You can argue that, you can file lawsuits, you can do what you like.
Is this
So,
whole
in
video
other
her,
words,
by the way?
What you're saying, Chief,
No, it goes to somebody else
No.
later.
you don't care
get him on the camera.
that you are stomping all over my
Okay,
constitutional rights.
what I care about is this.
That's going to the top right. Claims civil rights despite thinking the state which grants them is illegitimate. Like, you're stomping all over my civil rights. Like I thought that you didn't have to obey any of the laws.
This is
Rules
my
for thee,
job,
not for me.
Okay, I am educated, I'm informed, I get the training on laws and court rulings.
But that does
Okay.
not mean that you know all the laws.
Okay.
And that does not mean that you are kept up to date
Right.
on the U.S. Supreme Court's rulings.
Right. So I'm pretty kept up to date. And again, if I'm wrong, I'll eat crow later. Okay.
It's your own
this isn't the
private
place for it.
domicile.
It's not going to help me.
Okay. Well, it might. So Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead and step out of the
In the
vehicle. You are under
meantime,
arrest.
you guys are taking something that you have no legal
All right.
right to take.
Again, not the place for the argument.
I have not even said that I'm going to tow it yet, but we need you to step out now so we can get you in custody safely, and then we'll go from there. So please face that way.
Oh no, I wanted her to roll up the
No.
window.
I want to smash her window.
No.
Fight,
Would
fight,
you please
fight.
be gentle? I have a right shoulder injury, so
Chief,
please
hold
be
this
gentle.
on. We'll put some safety cuff on.
And please do not pull my arms out.
We're gonna do our very best. I'm only limited by these 2 cuffs.
You're being so nice to her too.
Too high.
It'd be a little better if you were able to hold a little more still.
They're even doing the double cuffs for her. She's getting
They're
the
so
super
nice.
gentle treatment.
I'm sorry that I'm not standing still enough for you. I'm a little bit scared.
I'm a little scared.
She's getting the total kids gloves.
Real quick, ma'am, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you at no expense. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
I'm pleading the fifth.
Okay. I'm pleading the fifth. Okay.
30 to 11. 216 has 1 female in custody.
At one point, the officer taking Green Carnes to booking has to pull over as the woman has a very dramatic reaction to being in the cramped back seat.
They're being way too nice to her.
Would you like an ambulance?
I just gotta get this.
You're not giving yourself much breathing room when you're hunched over on the car.
This is so over dramatic, and they're being so nice.
You're positive you don't want any medical attention, correct?
Sovereign citizen just on another level of insane. So true. Stop, stop, stop. Get violated.
Howdy. So she's
Get her
having
an
a back
Oscar.
spasm and couldn't wait, so.
I'm sorry, my back went out
That's alright.
a couple weeks ago, and it's been kind of sliding in and out since.
It happens. Stretch out real quick, and then we're only about 4 minutes away from the jail, so. How are you, sir?
As a side note, Dama, I'm ending the poll. 70% you don't shower.
Holding my shoulders.
How would you like me to hold them?
All 70% of you who said I don't shower can suck my left toe.
To the right to stretch, and then I'm rolling to the left.
Okay.
Dama's unshowered left toe.
I shower!
Now, if we can get that stretched out to the jail, it'll be
They'll take those off, and you can flail your arms all you want.
it'll be a lot better.
You want to give it a shot? You ready?
God, she is such a
let's do it.
baby. Holy shit.
Same thing as before,
Okay,
please.
you need me to hold your jacket?
Yep.
Alright. Lean back.
Let
Why
me.
don't just take the jacket off her? She's probably like really warm in the back.
Nope.
Oh,
Yep.
full arm? Okay. I got you.
She sounds like me when I have to bend over at work.
Push back on yourself.
Okay, since I'm
For a sovereign citizen, she is being oddly cooperative. And for abusive abusive road pirate pigs, they're being very gentle.
Wait.
True. Not Thomas Toes, that would be so hot. Yeah,
If I ever do something wrong, this is the cop I want to get arrested by.
So we can get you out. Okay.
true.
The very patient police officer arrested Green Carnes for unlawful possession of a firearm. Next, we're headed to beautiful Sedona, Arizona. It's the summer of 2021, and this vehicle has a fake license plate. The officer...
You see that sticker on the window?
It's the summer
one
of
right here.
2021, and this vehicle...
Just barely. What is that?
Statue of Liberty holding a gun.
A gun! Oh boy.
So we can see where this one's gonna go. Also, I'm gonna clear off my bingo card. We
I was
almost
telling
got
Mizu that
bingo. Just needed that.
Curtilage is the term he was thinking of with the home effect. Okay.
Ah, god damn it. One sec.
What happened?
Got a bot in the kick chat.
No. No, an hour watch. Hour watch. Hour watch.
Let me see. Do I just haven't used kick much. See, do I just stop? Told you no sound. Do I just click the name and I do. Yeah. Click the name and there's like a little tick box for it. Got it.
Has a fake license plate. The officer approaches the passenger side to talk to the driver, who's identified as Matthew Tucciaroni.
Matthew Tucciaroni.
A wild name.
Hello. Hi, I'm Officer Woods from Snow Police Department. The
Makes
reason I
you sound a
stopped
little
you is because it appears
Italian.
you have a fictitious license plate on the back of your vehicle. Do you know anything about that?
I'm a sovereign human being.
Okay.
Oh boy. Immediately.
Okay. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, and registration, please? What?
No.
Do you have any form
No.
of ID on you?
No, Matthew Tucciaroni is my name.
Okay. All right.
Here, can I? No, captions are unavailable. I was hoping maybe I could get some like auto captions on that because I could not hear what the fuck he just said.
So just so you know.
I've been pulled over a couple times already by state troopers, sheriffs, and this is recognized.
Okay, I don't agree.
Tucciaroni wasn't interested in hearing what the officer had to say and actually ended up rolling up the window while the officer was talking.
All right,
Break
go ahead and
it,
step out,
break
please.
it, break it.
Break it. Break it.
Step out of your car, please.
Smash it.
I didn't do anything
Mayor
wrong.
1, I need another unit. Step it up, please.
I did not do anything wrong.
Pennsylvania versus
He
Mims
got his
is a
hat
Supreme Court case
backwards
law that says
too,
you're
you
required to get out of
heathen.
that car if I ask you. If you do not, I'm going to
Hat
force you.
backwards, a stash, and I think a soul patch.
Okay, get out of your car.
Call my lawyer.
Break it like a piñata.
You can call your lawyer if you want, but as soon as another officer gets here, I'm going to force you out of that car if you don't get out on your own.
I don't need to be under arrest. I didn't
I
do
love how they
anything
never
wrong.
have like
detained
a
right
driver's license or
And
anything, but they
Pennsylvania
magically
versus
have
Mims is a
lawyers.
United States Supreme
Yeah.
Court case law.
Arrest?
You're being detained.
Why?
Because
Why?
I told you I'm investigating one crime.
Okay.
You also said you don't have a driver's license, which is another one. And if you don't provide me a form of identification when I'm investigating you for a crime that is a third crime that I'm investigating you for.
And phones, yeah.
You are
There's no
required
crime.
by law to provide me your true full legal name if I'm investigating a crime.
Well, this car,
If you do not provide me with your true full legal name, you can be arrested for that.
Matthew.
He's about to say
Tucciaroni.
private property.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license or any other form of
I am a
identification?
sovereign being. My
Okay, you are not a real
Sovereign.
sovereign citizen because no real sovereign citizen would give a cop their name. They always do that weird song and dance about a name is a corporation and they're not the corporation. You know,
Ugh.
so you sir, are not a real sovereign citizen.
name
Truly.
is Matthew Tucciaroni.
Okay. Again, Arizona Revised Statutes 28-1595
Hi, Officer Beers.
requires you to show me an ID card or
Listen,
driver's license.
please.
Get out.
No, I'm not getting out of the
Okay,
car. This is
I'm
not
gonna
Roll
give
up the
you-
window.
I didn't do anything wrong.
All right.
Roll the window.
Matthew?
I've done.
If you do not get out, I'm going to force you out.
An officer that Tucciaroni seems to know arrives at the scene and tries
Fake
to
sovereign
calm him
citizen,
down.
arrest him for
Matthew, look at me.
impersonation.
Matthew,
Literally.
look at me. If you don't get out, I'm going to force you out. I'm going to charge you with resisting arrest also. So get out, please. Come on.
Bah, bah.
Come on, sir.
Get out.
Come on,
I've asked
sir.
you probably 10 times to get out.
I'm just traveling on private
Get out of your car,
property.
All right.
There's no reason to
They want
act
his
like
slave
this.
name. He ain't no slave.
Get out.
Like this. Do not touch me.
Get out.
Do not touch me.
Get out.
God, he
of your
looks like a
car.
Do
twink.
not touch me. Do not touch me, please.
Do not touch me.
He got gay so fast.
Officer, don't touch me. Officer.
He got
Do not.
he got $20 is $20 real fast. Do not,
Do not.
officer. No.
Officer, no. Come on.
Why for no swiping? Oh, that's great.
Please do not touch me.
I have asked you 10 times to
Do
get
not
out. Get out on your own.
touch
What are you
me.
doing? Please do not touch me.
We're Officer Ramirez. Ow! Come on. Get on the grill.
Please,
Come on.
Get on your stomach.
Come on, Officer Ramirez.
God.
Comply for now.
Trent says, do you think this is just a complicated kink?
Yeah. Imagine he thinks being a sob sit just to be manhandled by cops.
All right, just comply for now. Okay. All right, I just got here. Okay. But right now, the best thing you can do is just comply.
Sounds like he
All right?
enjoys
If you want to file a
it.
complaint, I will give you that information. All right. I promise. My superiors will overlook everything. Okay. All right. But he had to repeat himself. All right. Like I said. All right.
He peed himself?
Stand up. All right.
Wait, what?
Is that what they said? Did they say he peed himself?
I will give you that information. All right. I promise. My superiors will overlook everything. Okay. All right. But he had to repeat himself. All right. Like I said. All right.
Oh,
Oh, he said he had to
please,
repeat
no.
himself.
Oh, I was like, oh my god.
Come on. Let's go back to your car. You are detained. You were detained from the beginning when I told you that.
Officer, stop.
Right now you're safe. You're safe. You got a sovereign plate on there. You did comply with my officer here. Okay? All right, just relax.
I know they had to
Safe.
pull him out, but they're still being like really gentle with him too. Like they're giving him like affirmations here.
I just want some.
Put your feet in,
please,
Corey.
I'm not gonna go.
Please just listen to my officer. Just Put your listen to feet my in. officer.
Man's built like a twink.
We'll get you some water. We'll make you some comfortable. Right now, we got to do what we got to do. All right?
The officers removed the fake license plate and expressed their frustration with sovereign citizens.
Yeah, I went on the passenger side, started asking questions. He just rolled up the window and turned around and started dialing.
We the
I'm like,
people
"No,
are
you're not."
pissed.
I don't understand why they think we're making it up. You know what I mean? Like,
I even told him the statute.
Tucciaroni was charged with resisting arrest, displaying a fictitious license
That fucking name.
Yeah, that sounds Italian as hell, man.
plate and
Italian
failing to
twink.
Look how sad he looks at his mugshot. He was
He's like,
crying
"I
the
never
whole way.
He looks like he's like, I never finished Ocean's Edge.
Oh, it's great.
provide evidence of identity. He represented himself in Superior Court, and the judge decided to move the case to Justice Court as a misdemeanor. Tucciaroni failed to show up for that court date and was subsequently arrested again.
Of course.
It's January of 2022, around 2 in the morning. And from the moment Haley Smith rolls down her window, she's hostile.
Young lady, Officer Banks, Golf Breeze Police Department. I'm pulling you over. You're doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that?
Nighttime soft sits.
Well, before you got off the bridge, and as soon as you came off the bridge, all this is 35.
I was going 40, I thought.
Nope. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive.
Reset the bingo. We got one. We got it. Staring out of the bed.
Thought
Nope. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
you don't have to have a
God damn it, I was muted.
What did you say?
No, I said, like, if you're gonna lie, why are you gonna lie where you're still breaking the law? Because he says, it's 35 all down through here, and she goes, oh, I thought I was going 40. Why didn't you say you thought you were going 35? Why did you still put it in a spot where you're technically breaking the law still?
Because they don't believe in our law.
But yeah, I scrolled it back a bit, so maybe we'll get the driving, not traveling.
license to drive a car.
Yes, you
You
do.
do not.
Oh, that's license to drive a car. Okay, so we actually got that one. Required driver's license is illegal.
15-7, 41.
We got one.
Ma'am, step out the vehicle.
Roll up the window.
Step out the vehicle. Yeah, you are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady.
Roll up the window.
I know my rights.
Either you step out the vehicle,
I know
or
my
I'll remove you
rights.
from the vehicle.
I know my rights.
15-7, sovereign supervisor, sovereign citizen.
Did you hear what I said? You need to get a supervisor.
Did you hear what I said?
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. Last time I'm
She
asking.
doesn't look like a young lady.
I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to make you step out the
You're
vehicle.
going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
No, you're going to step out
I
the
don't know.
vehicle
I'd
right
put her
now.
between
Get me a supervisor
25,
out here
35.
right now.
That's fine.
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I
What
do not
right
have
is
to have
that?
a driver's license to drive a car.
You
This
do.
is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know
It's
my
not
rights.
commercial.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
It's always commercial.
Call a supervisor.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
Right now.
They got a code
else
for
what?
it. Code soft sit.
If I don't call supervisor, or else what?
I guess we're not going to go anywhere then.
Okay. So just hold it for me and go and give me the channel.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
Our channel 1 will be 1033.
That can educate you on what the law.
I want to know
Okay.
the training
You
the
can educate
officers
me
have
on
to
what the
go
law is.
through
What,
when
so
it comes
you
to
have an
soft
ID?
sit.
You have a driver's license?
No, I don't have a driver's license.
Only some of them do
Okay.
it.
Do you have one issued to you?
In some areas, they're still not like
In
well known.
Mississippi. So why would you need a driver's license to drive on the road if you don't need a license?
That was years ago.
Oh, so what year is this?
What year was the ID issued?
29.
You hope it is?
I really do. Yes,
Dispatch,
I
we
do.
got a
Okay.
code stupid.
What is your name and badge number?
I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks. I didn't.
And what is your badge number?
It's Officer Banks.
Badge number doesn't do
Are you
anything.
failing to
Are you failing to give me your driver's
I
license?
don't have to give you a driver's license to drive a car.
You
This is
do.
not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
What do you... Sorry, I interrupted her too soon. Give it a minute.
Give you a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Okay.
Said it word for word.
I'm
Word
not
for
driving, I'm
word.
traveling.
And like, what do you? I was about to say, like, what do you think commercial licenses are for? Why do you think we have them as a separate thing if it's all commercial? Dumbass.
My God.
I have all the laws back here.
Okay.
Where
So you're not
where are
gonna
the
give me a driver's
laws, ma'am?
license?
I'm not going to give you a driver's license. I don't have to give you a driver's license.
Okay.
I'm
You do.
traveling. I don't have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Okay. And what state is that?
Any state. It's common law.
Any
natural
state.
law.
Okay.
Natural law?
Constitutional
Okay.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
I do?
Yes.
Okay.
Smith demands a supervisor, and one soon arrives.
Her vehicle was stopped for speeding. 54 and 35 coming off the bridge. She asked me where the speed limit was, saying that it's before she got off the bridge. She actually did a U-turn. We were in the 35 zone. We pull over here. I introduced myself. I said, any reason why we're driving this fast? And I said, you got your license. She immediately goes into, I don't need a license to drive the vehicle.
Okay.
And then she said, I am traveling.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you do need a license to drive the vehicle. And you do have to identify yourself to these officers.
I do not have to have a license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
You're wrong, but okay.
I know common law, natural
I don't
law.
care about
Show
common
us
law.
on the
You're
door
in
where the
state of
laws
Florida.
touched you.
You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
Matter.
She just keeps going down the list. Like, they're not. Those aren't all the same thing, honey. She goes, I know natural law, constitutional law, common law. It's like, okay, all three of those are separate things.
All of them are separate for different things.
Sob sit Karen uses call manager
Super effective.
on herself.
It does matter.
I'm in the U.S.
It does matter. So you better hope the information you gave us comes back as to being you. So at this point in time, I need you to shut the vehicle off and step out of the car.
I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
You're gonna get out of the
Roll
car.
out the window.
I haven't been suspected of a crime.
You are being illegally stopped.
You did a
on traffic
crime!
stop. You are not being cooperative. It is not a Terry stop.
Soft sit
Trust me,
Karen,
I know
love
the
it.
difference. You were speeding. Turn the vehicle off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the
Let me
seatbelt.
turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now.
Officer Schaefer, unbuckle her. So that's it.
Put all that down.
Step out, turn around, face away from me. Turn off face away.
Turn around.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the judge if you end up going to jail.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I have all the laws right there.
I don't care what laws you say you have.
I know that you don't care because you're supposed to be a police
then
officer.
You should know that
officer.
you should know that this conversation's over.
Police officer.
Right, because you don't care about the laws. You don't care about our rights. I live right down there.
Where's your ID out of, or your license out
Where
of?
is right down there?
Also, I want to throw this out for chat because I've been really on my legal kick lately. So this is something I kind of always knew, but I had it confirmed with like the specific case law. If you get pulled over, a cop can ask you to exit your car for like literally any reason.
Yeah.
Like you don't even necessarily need to be under arrest. If they say, "Okay, I want you out of your car," 99% chance if it went to court, the court would be like, "Yeah, he had the right to ask you that." So if they do, just get out of the car. If they're doing some wacky shit, just fight it later in court. Don't try and fight them on the side of the road. You're gonna get tased.
I hope they get tased.
I'm waiting for somebody to refuse to get out of their car.
I'm waiting for someone to roll up the window.
That's what I want. Yeah.
I just thought you didn't have one. You just said you don't need one.
This is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
We're not going to play any of these games with you tonight.
It's not a game. This is my rights as a
It's not your
citizen.
Rights. It's not your
As a citizen.
It is.
No, it's not.
You know she's sovereign. She's using state roads.
State of Florida requires you to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
Sir, it doesn't matter what state I'm in.
See, that's your problem. Is you say it doesn't matter, but it does. In this country, it does. I don't care about what laws you say you have.
You should care about the laws and the rights of citizens. You're a
we know
police
your
officer.
rights. We know your rights.
No, you
You don't know
I
your
my-
rights.
Yes,
No,
I
you
do.
don't.
Yes, I do.
Because if you knew your rights, you knew, or you would know, and should know, that you must have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle. And if I find out that if I find out that you are not giving us the right information to identify you,
the right information. Why would I do that? I'm trying to use my rights as a legal citizen. Why would I
you do that? Well, you would do that because you don't have a valid driver's license.
I don't have a valid driver's license. I don't have to have a valid driver's license.
You do.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I don't understand why
not.
police will sometimes get in these back and forth fights.
We will let.
I just closed the door.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything wrong.
You can't arrest me.
No, you can't.
If you don't have a valid driver's license, we most certainly can.
Can I please call my
No,
mother?
you cannot.
No.
Why?
Because.
Can I call my mom?
Are you an adult?
Yes.
Then why do you need to call your mother?
To come and get me from jail since I'm being illegally detained.
You will be able to call her once you get there.
Can I at least lock my car?
We will make sure it is secure.
What are you going to do with my car?
What is that delay?
Why?
Because.
Also here, fine chat. I will go into streamer mode so you can't hear my Discord boops. I don't like using streamer mode though.
I'm traveling, not driving a car.
Also, one sec. Somebody sent me an important message.
Okay.
Important to them, not to everybody else.
I'm gonna eat a snack. Up.
My friend just asked me randomly what a debut stream is. She's getting into VTubing.
Ooh, that's fun.
Because you are driving without a license.
I don't have
The cop
to have
sounds
a
like
license
Tectone.
to drive. That is commercial driving.
It is not commercial driving.
Yes, it is.
We are doing our job.
No,
Whether you agree or not doesn't matter. It's a
you
mute
take
point.
orders from the top. You don't know the laws and the rights. Law is
We do.
canon law.
We do.
What the fuck?
Sergeant Turner.
And in this country,
now we got a fourth one. Now it's canon law.
Canon law?
I think canon is in CANON. That's like,
where's canon law?
I don't even think that's a thing. I think that when she just pulled that one from her ass.
They keep talking to see if they incriminate themselves. This is why you don't talk to police. Yeah.
Fair.
What laws do we follow?
Canon law. Y'all follow canon law. We follow
The rest
natural
of it.
law.
Who is
common
we?
law.
Who is we? Who's we? Tell me who we is.
Police officers.
No,
not
police
peace
officers. We are police officers. We're not peace officers. We're police officers.
Yes, I know that now.
What does that
So
mean?
then your argument just needs to stop, and you just need to sit there quietly.
Sergeant Turner.
Does she mean
Yes.
common law? No, she's saying canon law.
No,
Why?
because you do not have a valid driver's license, and you have done nothing but give my officers a hard time during this entire ordeal.
Try and tell you that I have rights.
You don't know your rights.
We know
clearly.
you have
I haven't
rights.
yelled at you.
You
and
have
ran
not
away.
been
You have the wrong
cooperative.
rights.
I haven't been cooperative in what?
Not
silent?
at all.
Just go with it.
No, just be honest.
Sergeant, please.
You don't have a license.
Okay, I'll never drive again.
Yes, you will, because you believe you don't have to have a
I'll go
license.
get a
Scott
driver's
says
license
canon law is a
tomorrow.
UK
Wait
thing,
a minute.
not a US
Now
thing.
you're telling me that you'll go get a license.
Because you're
Interesting.
telling me
I've never
I
heard
have
that one.
no
Believe you
choice.
don't.
So she's
That's
trying to
correct. You
invoke
have no
UK
choice.
law in the
Police learned that
US.
Smith had already failed to appear in court for very similar crimes.
You
Very
failed
strange.
to appear on a court appearance for, what was it, expired license? So your Mississippi driver's license is expired.
And for the registration.
Okay, and the registration. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't, or you choose
She's
not
lying.
to?
No, sir. I would not lie to you. I don't lie. I do not remember that.
Okay, well, you do have a warrant out of Santa Rosa County. So
We're
regardless,
in Santa Rosa County.
you're in Santa Rosa County. Do you not know where you live?
I just moved here.
Do you know where you
When did
live?
you move here?
That's a crazy thing to
About
say.
2 months ago.
Like, ma'am, do you know where you are?
Okay. And you don't know what county you live in now after
No,
2 months.
I don't. That's not
No?
something that's I use often. What county I live in.
Okay. Well, you are going to jail tonight.
Well, thank you, Sergeant Turner.
You're welcome.
Smith is sticking to her guns, repeatedly arguing that the officer just doesn't understand the law. But the deputies are worried she also might have an actual gun.
You got some karma.
I'm not worried about my karma.
I know. I know. You're one of those.
No, you know what I'm actually worried about? People like
You're
you
actually worried
who
about
think that
meeting a
laws
quota.
don't... No, there is no
No,
quota.
there
It's
are
people
laws
like
that
you
don't
who
matter.
believe that laws don't pertain to them. And that's just
They
not
don't.
the case.
They don't.
Then enjoy spending a lifetime in and out of jail. Because
I've
that
never
is what
been
will
to jail.
happen.
Though it won't, actually.
If you continue to act like this and do this, it will.
I'm not acting like anything. I'm
Then
telling
I would
you
suggest
that
moving
what my
back to
rights
Mississippi.
are. I'm not moving back to Mississippi.
Then if
either.
you stay living here and driving a car without getting a valid driver's license, that is what is going to happen.
You do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I've already been through roadblocks with state troopers with this.
Then they're not very good state troopers.
Yes, they are, because they know their rights. And they know the law.
They know
if
their
they let
rights.
you through with this garbage, they're not.
This is not garbage.
It's garbage.
Have you
It's
done any
garbage.
research into it?
More than you will ever
It's
know.
fucking wrong.
You're not the first one.
It's not garbage.
You're not the first person I've run across that thinks this way.
Yeah, I know.
And
We're a
those
problem right
those
now.
other people went to jail too.
Good. You know.
It's not
It
good.
doesn't change
It shouldn't
the fact
happen.
that I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I do not. I'm not a commercial driver. I'm not driving people around. I'm traveling. That is considered a part of my home. And I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
I suppose you don't have to have a registration either. Where's the gun in the car?
The gun?
Mm-hmm.
There's no gun in that car.
There seems to be ammo.
There better not be a gun in the car.
The
You're gonna be
gun's
in
in the
so
pawn
much
shop.
trouble.
When did you pawn it?
You're so dead.
Like 2 months ago.
So why are you still just carrying around ammo?
I didn't know that ammo was in there.
The next thing the deputies find in Smith's car gets her in much bigger trouble.
Drugs inside the vehicle. You are under arrest
She
now
got
for
drugs.
possession of felony narcotics.
I didn't give y'all permission to
Oh,
search my
what drug
vehicle.
she got?
Your vehicle's being towed.
Rat?
We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
Yes, you are.
She seems like I don't know, like a heroin type of person.
You say that our laws don't matter to you.
I don't
so
know.
what's it matter?
Given the how it is lately, I think it's probably fentanyl.
Obviously, I don't have any laws
Fent-
right now.
No, there's plenty of laws.
I
You're
think
just
it's heroin.
breaking them.
I don't have to mind laws that aren't valid.
They're valid laws.
They are not valid laws.
The United States and the state of Florida seem to think they are.
The United States has a constitution that we fall under.
Right.
Statutes, mandates,
and
codes.
So
None of that matters.
So under our constitution, it still gives the state.
Okay, I'm gonna file that one under statutes aren't laws. I think that counts. What do you think?
I think so.
Government's the right to govern themselves, correct?
That's right. And the sheriff has all the power.
That's right.
That's right.
The sheriff does. He is
Yes,
head law
He's
enforcement
not
officer.
part of NATO. He's not part of the Council on Foreign Relations.
I'm not part of NATO.
What the fuck does NATO have to do with this?
NATO has nothing to do with this, bro! Are you lost?
The sheriff isn't part of NATO. It's like, yeah, he's not. What does that mean?
So, if there was NATO officers, would they enact laws? Would they listen to the NATO officers?
Lady, what are you on about?
She clearly doesn't know what fucking state or country she's in.
Lady, you have 2 legs. You can travel freely with those.
Not Fent, but maybe Gacha games.
No, either.
Well, you take orders from the top.
Nope, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know who I take my orders from? My chief of police.
Exactly. And he takes orders from the top.
Who's the top?
You want me to give him one name? I mean, that would be impossible.
I don't know who the top is.
I know, because you haven't done research.
I guess I'm just an ignorant cop.
Nope, you said that. I didn't say that.
Well, that's what you're implying.
No, I don't want
Who is the top?
And stop implying.
There's a
that
guy
only
beyond the
take orders
president.
from the
He's an
top.
alien.
Fair enough.
You do take orders from the top. That's how it works.
Who's the top?
Afraid not.
Oh, it doesn't? I'll just make up your own. Yeah, I know that's what y'all doing right now.
I don't know
you
what
make up your own.
what drug
I
she's
don't.
on, but I want some.
I know the Constitution. I've learned it.
She on that good shit
I know
chat.
the Constitution too. I also know that the states
You know
have the right to govern
Constitution
themselves.
has been turned into
Oh, and I'm sure you're the expert.
yeah.
We used to be a
I-
proper
You're not.
country
I have rights
where I
and I
could
live in
just
America.
travel.
Correct. But you
And
decide
I don't-
which laws
I
to
don't
follow.
take orders from anybody
Nobody's giving you
except
orders.
God.
Nobody's giving you
Except
orders.
you got out of the car.
Obviously, you are.
You
right
took
now.
orders then.
No,
Unless you
not
just had a
That
woman
actually
moment.
goes under the I, religion or spirituality brought into law. I'm counting that one. I take orders from
God.
nobody but God.
Jail.
Yeah, because
an order.
you violated Florida state
I
law.
violated a law that someone made up that's not legal.
The Constitution was made up
Yeah.
by people.
Yeah, and God.
Those same people put laws into place even back then.
Lady, God did not make the Constitution. I don't know who told you that. He made the 10 Commandments. If we want
You
to,
made the 10 Commandments.
I don't know where you got off on. Yeah, God made the Constitution. Who told you that? Please explain.
Delulu. That's just a Lulu.
She losing her shit, bro.
Our Constitution was changed in
Americans,
1776 and in 1871.
I don't think it was changed in 1776.
It was written in 1776,
Ah, there we go.
and it was changed in 1871
I'll have to take your word on that one.
because you haven't done the research.
Because I don't need to. You're just playing a victim.
I'm not playing a victim.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not a victim. I'll never be a victim. I hate that mentality.
Then why are you playing all these excuses as to you don't need a driver's
It's not
license?
an
The 10 Amendments.
I have the laws in that car. That's why I ride
Why? To
I have the
educate.
book of the Constitution.
to
Thou
educate
shalt
people
travel
like
on
me.
the road with thou private
think
property.
that you're interested in learning anything.
I don't
that
think
you're
you-
very stubborn.
Thou shalt not stop me from
To
traveling.
make that comment.
Smith was arrested and charged with possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia.
Oh, it was
DUI.
cocaine. She had some
Even
nose.
better.
She had some nose candy.
Of course she did. And she was drunk? Of course.
And driving without a license. The court adjudicated her guilty plea on
Well, not
drug
necessarily
paraphernalia
drunk,
and DUI charges.
DUI
And
can
she
mean
would have
anything.
the charges removed from her record
Yeah.
if she completed 1 year of probation and met all of her sentencing requirements. But court records show she violated her probation in 2023 when an officer tried to pull her over for having a headlight out. And she refused to stop until she was in her driveway. She also still didn't have a valid driver's license.
Of course, why would she?
She tried to home base the cop. Have you ever seen the people that try and home base the cop?
No.
They'll, instead of like stopping for the police, they'll rush home. And then they'll be like, you can't arrest me. I'm at home.
Mm-mm.
They'll try and be like, home base.
I have seen that before, but I never heard of the term. I've just seen them do it.
Well, because it comes from like a tag, where no, it's like hide and seek. There's a point at hide and seek where you have to try and sneak back to home base, and if you get to home base, they can't tag you out. So you'd be like, oh, they're home basing. Do we want to try this 5 sovereign citizens learned a hard lesson? I am hoping somebody gets tased. Please.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get into that.
So you don't no. That's the moment.
You don't have any license plates on your vehicle.
I do have a private. I don't need a license plate.
You need a license plate not bought from eBay.
You don't have no jurisdiction over me. You are on my earth. And if I decide to do something about it, I can right now.
What you see here is a guy that's got a screw loose. But we tightened it up for him.
We are back with sovereign citizens, those interesting individuals who seem to believe the law doesn't apply to them. Well, what happens when it does? These are...
I am betting money if this guy is in the video, this is a Moorish citizen.
Moorish citizen?
I'm betting money he calls himself a Moorish citizen.
Mm.
Do you not know the Moorish citizen thing?
No.
The Moors were a group of like black people from Europe, and they seem to, like, everywhere they go, they seem to believe that they are like the one true race of people, and that like all law flows downhill from them. So they are like the ultimate law on everything. Some of them also believe they're Israelites, so that's another thing.
Very interesting.
Are some memorable sovereign citizen arrests.
But the Moors are
Well,
like an
the
actual
sidebar
race of
presented
people.
by
See
Law and
them?
Crime.
How many officers that one clip had? Holy fuck! That was a lot of officers.
Today we are talking about, once again, sovereign citizens. Now, you'll likely remember one of the most famous cases that we covered here at Law and Crime concerned a sovereign citizen, Darrell Brooks Jr. Now, remember, he was the man who drove an SUV into a Christmas parade in Wisconsin and then insisted on representing himself for the weeks-long trial. He was found guilty of all charges, sentenced to hundreds of years in prison, which he deserved because the evidence was absolutely horrific and damning again.
Also, just so we're all good here on our reactions, thank you to Law and Crime Sidebar with Jesse Weber as we blatantly steal your video for our own entertainment. Don't worry, we're sending people to your channel though, so.
We was gangs and shit.
Against him, but moving on. The sovereign citizen movement is a loose way of referring to a group of people who believe, for whatever reason, the U.S. laws do not apply to them. One way we've seen this is the idea that the U.S. Constitution was changed from its original form, so the laws based on it are null and void. Basic idea is that there is a conspiracy afoot, that the government is illegitimate, that they don't have authority over sovereign citizens. And we have seen this take the form of various justifications and legal arguments. We did a sidebar about sovereign citizens in court, but it is not just courtrooms where sovereign citizens think the laws do not apply to them. No, it is also out on the open road, too.
Hold up.
Various justifications and legal arguments. We did a sidebar about sovereign citizens in court, but it is not just courtrooms where
What
sovereign
happened?
citizens think the law.
Look at what this lady named herself on Zoom.
Woman.
Semicolon woman, comma Angela Christensen.
Why is she wearing a mask? And it looks like she's at her house.
Looks like she's at her house. She's wearing a bandana mask. Doesn't even have it over her nose. No idea what's going on here.
Laws do not apply to them. No, it is also out on the open road, too. As the sovereign citizen movement has grown, law enforcement has had to deal.
Also, sidebar, out of all the bingo sheets I saw, none of them had road pirate on it. But so many times I've heard sovereign citizens call police road pirates. I feel like that belongs on a bingo card.
It should.
With more stops like the ones we're about to get into. So with that, we're going to dive into our first body cam video, which manages to cover a lot of or most of the common sovereign citizen beliefs. And one thing to note as we go through these videos, sometimes the suspects don't outright identify themselves as sovereign citizens, but they tend to use language and terms that are consistent with that ideology. So just keep that in mind as we go through all of this. But now, talking sovereign citizens. One outset of that are the Moors, and they believe that in the 1700s...
Yes! One of them is a Moorish citizen, I was right. Is it going to be the black guy with the funny hat?
Oh my god.
The United States and Morocco signed a treaty that grants certain people seemingly immunity.
Wait, is that the Morocco thing? I've never heard that before.
Me neither.
And they believe that in the 1700s, the United States and Morocco signed a treaty that grants certain people seemingly immunity. So with that, let's turn to our first case.
Okay, so that's the Morocco thing. I've genuinely never heard that in my life. That is completely new to me.
We know now.
It's March
the
of
more we know.
2023 in Berea, Ohio, an officer has pulled over this van because the license plate on the back just says private.
Hello, how are we doing? I'm Officer Douglas, Berea Police. We just for a stop.
Darn it, it's not the black guy.
Right, it's not. I don't contract.
Maybe she
with
claimed
the
to
state
be
of
more
Ohio.
though.
Okay.
I'm a private national.
Okay, so you're a sovereign citizen thing?
Well, no, it's not a sovereign citizen.
Are you Moorish?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right, do you have your travel document or what do you have? Okay. Where do you stay at? In Elyria?
No.
Okay. What's your current address?
I don't really. I Docimile in Berea.
Okay. Do you have anything with the VIN on the vehicle?
No.
No registration or anything like that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I want to file her under Moorish citizen, but this bingo card says Moorish citizen has cool hat. She doesn't really have a hat. She's got like a bandana.
Yeah.
Or as the kids might call it, a do-rag.
A do-rag.
I don't think this one counts, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I do have my all my information right here.
Okay. Do you mind if I see that?
Yes. And I also have my Moorish. Well, it should be right there. All right there. Yeah, it's all right there.
Have you ever had an Ohio ID before?
I don't contract with the state of Ohio.
So have you ever had an Ohio ID before?
No, I don't contract with it.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna file that under the bottom right. I will not contract with you. Just because she said it like 4 times now. I don't contract with the city of Ohio.
I don't contract with the state of Ohio.
$16.06 to $16.40. Yeah, this is a sovereign citizen. I don't know if you want to head up here. I'm sure
This is
the boss at some point.
What the fuck? fuck do you have in your car that's your
When the officer
notification
goes
for?
back to his squad car, you can catch a glimpse
Yeah,
of
we have
what
a sovereign
seemingly
citizen.
her Moorish government ID card looks like. And he tries to use the address on that card to find out more about this driver. The woman has some paperwork that she believes might help.
That was such good timing.
A right to travel that's also notarized and it's notarized and it's filed with the state of Ohio.
I'm wearing a cool hat. I don't have a cool hat. I'm not a
What is your
Moor.
first name?
Asada.
Okay. And then your last name is Bay?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You said 223 Run Street?
That's my address on there. You can't just take you can take that out of your pocket.
I'm not taking it, I'm just holding it so my hands are free. That's it.
Oh, okay. So,
what
I'm on my way somewhere that's very important.
Okay.
And you kind of holding me up.
Okay.
And I also do have a fee schedule as well.
A fee schedule?
A what?
What's that?
Schedule.
I don't know what that is.
It's a fee schedule for if I'm bothered in my private mode of travel.
You're gonna charge the officer?
Notice of intent fee schedule. And so this is for any and everything that you may have. You're gonna pull me over for, or anything that you may keep me on the side of the road for.
It's called a fee.
Okay, so you're already kind of taking the piss a bit when you are like, oh, I'm a sovereign citizen. I don't have to obey any of the laws. You can't do anything to me. You are out of your goddamn mind when you pull out a list and you're like, so here are all the charges that you're going to have. It's going to be $50 for pulling me over, obviously. It's going to be $20 a minute that you don't let me leave.
God.
Out of your goddamn mind, bro.
This woman is crazy.
Fee schedule?
Yes, it is a fee schedule.
I'm assuming they sell these people these BS documents. They're probably printing them out all by themselves. Because they can't get a license, but they can get a printer.
Can I have my ID back
Yeah, you're welcome to.
so I can go?
You're not free to leave.
Why?
You're not free to
You're
leave.
being detained.
Detained?
Yeah, it's a traffic stop. You're detained. You're not in handcuffs or anything like that. But
This is unlawful detainment.
it is not.
It
Okay.
is unlawful
I know you believe it is, but I've done this plenty of times. Okay.
Okay, well, I also have a right to travel
Okay.
in my private
May I
mode
see
of
that?
transportation.
It's always the right to travel.
It's my private mode of transportation.
May I see that? Here,
That's
you
going
wanna
under
see it?
I'm not
This
driving,
guy?
I'm traveling.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just like I said, you're not free to go. Okay. So just hang out for 1 second. All right.
And then she drives off. Please drive off. Please drive off. Please, it would be so funny.
I'm just waiting to hear she's going. She's going.
Moorish
Please
American.
drive off.
I think I got a real info off of paper that she showed me. She has a fee schedule for any time she's stopped by law enforcement and bothered.
Fee schedule?
Yeah.
Right across
the back or
fee schedule. So we should charge her for every time.
No.
She charges us.
She charges us.
She charges us for time.
Interesting. I just hope she has a license or something valid. I'm sure she
That is
does.
honestly so crazy. Charging the officers for your wasted
with the state of
time.
Ohio, but she has allegedly an affidavit signed by the state of Ohio saying that she's allowed to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Show it to you.
I mean, yeah, kinda.
Who made it? No, we got like 4 details. So it probably looks bad. I was going to keep going, but nobody else got here, so I'm like, well, I don't know, just sitting here.
I just figure I've dealt with sovereign citizens before,
Right.
and that's what I asked her. I was like, "Oh, are you Moorish American?"
The officer is able to confirm that the driver used to go by the name Dominique Camel, and now that he has her name, his computer starts sending alerts.
Suspended license. Suspended license.
Identify yourself is the problem, and that's where the hook will be. That's usually where these things go south.
Yeah, which
I can see why she changed her name, though.
we dealt with it in Cleveland. Usually, everyone's fine until they have the automatic fingerprint at county.
Yeah.
So they would not identify, and then we get down there, and they would read the fingerprints and give us their name.
Her last name is Camel.
Has that.
Which I mean, it's such a like.
And that's the problem. So it's going to be fun.
Just give me like. I just,
Oh, this is not camel toe.
Identify who you are.
Camel toes need to come back in style.
Maybe. Only certain people.
I think they're valid.
All right, man. You said I'm sorry. Is that in Elyria?
Yes, it
okay.
is.
All right. What was your name before it was Bay?
My name is Asada L Bay. That's all. The old
What?
name does not matter.
Okay.
So this is my name. This is my name, and this is filed with the Moorish National Network.
But that's not the state of Ohio.
Moorish National Network.
That's why I'm
talking about Supreme Court law. I'm not talking about state of Ohio. Supreme Court law. I am a Moorish national, and this is my travel card. I went through all the proper steps to get my travel card. I went through all the proper steps to put everybody on notice, and this is what it is.
So that's not a driver's license, okay?
It is my right to I don't have a driver's license because I do not contract with the state of Ohio for a driver's license. I do have a right to travel in my private mode of travel, and this is my private mode of travel. I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm just letting you know I have a right to be private. I live in the private, and this is how I can.
I live in the private.
I don't contract with the state of Ohio with the driver's license.
You live in the
I
state.
don't contract with the state of Ohio for anything. I have a right to
state's kinda your
contract how I
bitch.
want because I live in the private. This is my travel card, and this is my Moorish American national name.
So you don't drive on any public streets or anything like that?
I'm not conducting commerce. This is I'm not for hire. I'm not for any of that. So I'm not conducting commerce on any public highways. I'm not doing any type of business. I'm going from point A to point B in my private mode of travel, and I'm not conducting any type of business. I'm not conducting any commerce that would need me to have a driver's license, and I have not committed a crime.
You have
She got so many expensive stuff on her. How can she not get a license? Because you don't need a license to have a phone.
I don't need a license plate.
She is so annoying.
Not bought from eBay on your vehicle. You need to be registered.
I don't need a license
The Moorish National Network, when it came with my ID,
wear this jacket.
It's a private. What they have on eBay is not my business. It's not my concern. But this is a private vehicle. I'm not for hire. I'm not for contract, and I'm not conducting any type of commerce, sir.
Okay, I understand that you fully believe in all this. Okay. And I respect
No,
that.
I know. It is not what I believe in, it's what I know. I know that the Supreme Court law states that I have a right to travel just like I'm traveling. Supreme Court law says that, not me. I didn't say it. I didn't make it up. This is Supreme Court law. I have it right here in my thing. It's Supreme Court law. It's not something that I made up.
Demand
It's just Supreme
fees
Court
for
law.
your time. How is that
fully
not
understand
commerce?
that
Yeah,
you
she
believe
basically
that.
fucked herself over. She has literal fees to give
I'm
officers.
telling you.
Okay, could you call your sergeant, please?
Ma'am, I'm the chief of police.
Okay, well, are you the sergeant?
I'm the chief of police, so it's my department.
Give me your sergeant.
Okay,
I don't want the
where's
chief.
the
I want the sergeant.
I would be above the sergeant.
Oh, okay, well.
So that's why I came over here to try and help. I want to have like I think set up as easy as possible.
Yeah, that's fine.
For everybody involved. That's why I thought I'm going to go over here. I'm going to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
I'm a student of this. I love to hear this stuff. I love to talk to you.
Okay.
What if it would be better if she pulled it into a reverse? Honestly, that would have been so funny if she pulled up in a reverse.
Right, but I'm not conducting commerce. I have it right here. It's
And I know
Supreme
what you're
Court
doing
law.
about friends. I've seen it. Unfortunately, that's not a context of the law.
While this spirited debate continues, the officer jots down the car's VIN.
And that's, you don't have a right to do that.
To do what?
To write anything down that has anything to do with my vehicle.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you don't. I know my rights. Okay, and I also know my rights. You guys are policy enforcement. You guys are okay, but you guys are a public servant. You're a public servant. We're here to serve the public.
You are a public service. I am a private citizen.
This is not an emergency. Well, why can't you accept my Moorish national ID and let me go?
Because it was not issued by recognized government entity.
But we are our own government. We have our own Moorish national government. Yes, you do.
But you're in the state of Ohio. In the United States of America.
It's definitely recognized by the Department of Justice.
Well,
no. We have right here. We have a Department of Justice, and it's all on the back. Would you like to read it?
Who issued that to you? Is that Moorish?
Yes, the government, the Moorish national government.
But the Department of Justice.
The Department of Justice. We are Department of Justice.
We get briefs, so we know. So we like to. We try to have the best possible encounters with them. Right. Respectfully as much as possible.
So I guess with this officer, he's just, if you can figure out who you are, and we know who you are.
I just told you who I was.
But, and that's why he asked you if you had a previous name that I like to remember. We didn't change their names all the time, and that's
well, what difference does my previous name make?
Then if we know who you are, then we feel comfortable saying, okay, that person's just fine. They're not a murderer, they didn't kill somebody.
Oh, no, I'm not a murderer.
And I'm not saying you are, but I'm giving you a very extreme example
right.
of why it's important.
I'm just a mother. I'm a mother of 3 children, and I'm trying to give my kids something to eat. And you're kind of interrupting what I was going to do.
I apologize. So if you give us a measure of, I guess, cooperation.
I just cooperated. This is not the first time I have, and I've never had any issues like I do in Berea. I have the worst issues. It's the Berea Police Department. I feel like at this point, it's like a harassment type of thing.
It's a harassment type of
thing. I'm talking about the people that work for you.
Sir, you're harassing me.
At this point, I feel like it's harassment.
I'm still gonna charge you, but I'm not driving commercial.
I choose to live in the private because I have a choice to live in the private.
I respect you.
You know.
That's why I'm having this conversation with you.
Right.
We're not trying to escalate things. We're trying to keep calm, real, and just trying to. If we can do our business, then we can let you go about your business.
She is coping so hard.
I just want to snatch her out of the car. I would not have this. I would not be having this conversation back and forth with her. I would just be like, man, just step out of your car.
So you're threatening to take me to jail for a non-violent crime, for a crime that hasn't been committed.
I'm not threatening. I'm telling you, I will take you to jail.
And my fee schedule definitely says.
And you can make those claims after the fact, but I don't want to get there. Okay?
Hold on, where's unlawful detainment or detainment, lawful detainment? Because there's issue traffic citation $75,000. Time in court.
I think say the U.S. Public Education raised this one, but I think she was probably homeschooled.
Excuse me?
I don't know.
Issue a traffic citation. If you know you are going to issue a traffic citation, send you on your way, and you can go about trying to make a claim for that.
A claim for what?
For us issuing you a
Would you like to read this? Because
we're past that now. I told you where we're at this point. I'm just asking for some cooperation at this point.
I'm good.
I would drag her out of the car.
I totally, I respect it. I believe, I love it. Listen, I'm a student of people and humanity, and that's why I'm trying to have this conversation with you. But you're not really working with me at all.
She said she was a mother of 6. Did she?
So,
well,
she might have.
What the response is going to be if you continue to I don't want to do that. It's the last thing I want. You seem like a very nice person. You said you're a mother of 6. I don't want anything against you. I don't.
Doesn't seem like a nice person to me.
I feel bad for her kids. She's gonna raise them to be
like her,
sovereign citizens who are traveling in private property.
You got it switched over. Could you just provide your name before you got it switched to Bay to me?
You looked it up, didn't you?
I looked up Bay.
I feel so bad for her kids.
You had a name
Did
before
you see
that.
my fee schedule?
No.
You did.
I saw it.
You wrote down.
What did I write down?
What did you write down?
I wrote down your VIN, and then the birthday you provided me, and then Street.
Can I see what you wrote down?
What is your name? Was it the Dominique? Was that your old first name?
So if you
I can't just run Dominique. There's a million Dominiques in Ohio.
Know that, why are you sitting here trying to play me like I'm stupid?
I don't know your last name.
Why are you trying to play me like I'm stupid?
But if it's never been registered to you, it will never come back to a license plate.
It doesn't, because I got...
If it's never been registered to you in the state of Ohio, it's never going to come back to a state of Ohio license plate, and therefore it won't be registered to you or anyone else. Does that make sense?
You can tell us if it was registered in the previous state. I can look it up that way.
No, it was registered here.
In Ohio or through the Moorish Nation?
No, it was registered here when I bought it because I had to register it here when I bought it.
Did they give you a temporary tag?
Yes, and it expired.
Okay.
And once it expired, I never got anything else because I do not contract with the state of Ohio to get a license.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be difficult. This is just what
I'm not trying to be difficult.
But you are! I don't go by the old name anymore. I'm not a murderer. I'm not a killer. I'm just a mother who's trying to go get some groceries for her 6 children. That's it.
The officer then
You need
does
less
another
children.
check.
Who
of
laid
Campbell's
down with her
information,
6
and when it
times?
comes time
That's
to
my
decide,
question.
What are we going to do here?
Oh, come on, Dami. You know the answer to that.
Chat, which one of you?
Not valid.
Who said
no
I'll lay down with the sovereign sit woman?
Okay, send her on her way.
Send her on her way.
Cool.
You good with that?
Yep.
I mean, apparently it's pretty good.
All right, ma'am.
So he was able to find you. Thank you.
Will you provide me a good phone number for you? You don't have to. It's totally optional. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm giving you a ticket, okay? I'm saying and advising, City of Bree is advising you have to go to court for the ticket, okay? Now, you can go to court with all your documents, everything like that. You can prove your case. You can file the fees that you'd like against us and not against the court, okay?
Right.
I just have to advise you that you have to appear in court, okay? Your court date will be March 24th at 9 in the morning in Berea. By signing it, you're not admitting guilt.
Oh, I'm not signing.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you knew she wasn't going to, bro. I didn't know why you thought you were gonna ask.
So here's your copy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There is the court date at the top on the inside. There's also a phone number and a website on the back, okay?
Okay.
Directly through the court.
Okay.
It was nice speaking with you. I wish it was under better.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It was good talking to you too. But I'm gonna come up there and possibly give you all this information if it's okay.
You can drop off. Understand? I don't have the right to tell
No,
you.
no, no, no.
Travel without.
No, it's not about you giving me a right to travel. It's about me giving you the information that we are on file with the Department of Justice, so you can see that we are recognized with the United States.
But I guess just letting you know that if I don't respond formally doesn't mean I.
No. I'm gonna bring it up there to you personally.
But I would like to see it.
No, I'm gonna bring it to you personally, and I'm gonna show you that we are recognized with the Department of Justice, which is a United States branch of office or whatever.
It is.
And we are recognized, and we also have a Department of Justice file number that we're under. So I just want you to see that we are recognized, and this isn't just a load of BS.
No, I'm respecting you. We have to work within the confines.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to let you know that I am.
She is coping so hard.
Because again, I'm fascinated by all this. I didn't know.
I'm fascinated. He's so curious. Like, I just want to pick your brain.
Just want to pick your brain, man.
Let me call you back, Miss Gaga.
What goes on in there?
Have a blessed day.
Thank you as well. Drive safely.
That seemed pretty cordial.
Just let her
overall,
go?
right? Well, that's not quite the case with what happened next, because now we're going to fast forward 6 months later, and Camel's next interaction with the same officer, by the way, didn't go as smoothly.
Wait, so we're getting the same lady twice?
Oh.
With the same
Same.
Oh, what blessed day.
Oh. Can we keep the same bingo card?
Yeah.
Because it's technically the same person.
Also, I need to be right back. I need to use the bathroom.
Oh, chat. She's ditching us again.
And I am not.
For something
Oh my
as lame
God.
as the bathroom.
Oh my.
Imagine having to pee, chat. Couldn't be me. Absolute skill issue, honestly. So chat, how goes life? Everybody enjoying it? Having a fun day? Good time? Hope everybody is enjoying a little bit of soft sit nonsense. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's definitely mine. I love these crazy people. That are just like all up on themselves. Let me pull this up. It's a me raid. Thank you. got me a new job. Things are looking up. I am proud of you. My precious little viewer. I've got to move you forward a little bit. I'm sorry that I stopped. Oh, what? Oh, because I accidentally clicked the bottom of the page. I was trying to just scroll back a bit so he didn't look as silly. You know what? We're keeping it on that one. That one's fine. Still looks silly, but there's only so much I could do. Also, chat if you're curious, if you wanna see something really quick. Let me show you guys my little aquarium while Dama's gone. This little game I've been playing. Oh, broke it. I was building a little aquarium, chat. Placing all my little fishies and my little aquarium decorations. I've got eels somewhere near the back. I just placed the eels though. Eels should be in this one, I think, right? Yes, the eels. So to do the floors here. And then we just did these guys. Should probably mix up the colors a little bit though. Maybe I should put the blue ones in here instead. Probably need more repair equipment on this side, so it's easier to get to. Kind of running out of space though. Very tight knit. You guys should definitely get yourselves some of the chill, relaxing games every once in a while. Don't always feel the need to get the very crazy multiplayer games. Oh no, I just got a Twitch update. That means the stream crashed on Twitch. Twitch will not let me go over 4 hours. They really don't want me to. Genuinely don't know why Twitch hates me so much. Twitch just has like some bizarre problem with me right now. But it's okay, chat. Mizu need my angry autism simulators. Define an angry autism simulator. What would qualify? Tori got me into Vintage Story. Vintage Story is not chill. Vintage Story is very aggressive. League of Legends? No, chat. Why would you say that? What qualifies as a basic tank? I'm gonna do another lagoon in the corner here. All I really have left is the yellow tang. Oh, and then we could do another set of red tail. What, actually? We're gonna do it that way, I think. A little short on the water quality. Is there anything that'll up the water quality like a lot more? Rocks would. So close. Maybe if I... sell like one of these. Replace it with the rocks. Oh, it's so close. Not fair. Trying to cheat around it until I can get a protein skimmer. And I need 5. Yeah, I can't get away with anything less than that.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yippee!
I was showing the people my my little aquarium.
Oh, cute.
I've been sorting on.
Who the fuck pinged me? What?
Is it not adorable?
So cute.
I thought it'd be a little bit easier than trying to chat by myself for that long.
Well, dogs take a long time to use the bathroom.
Oh, I thought you were going to the bathroom.
Me? I did, but also I had to let the dog out.
What kind of dog is it?
Pomeranian. A little yipper.
Were you listening when I talked about my grandma's dog?
I did not.
So, great-grandma got a pupper, and it was a poodle mixed with a shih tzu. And grandma very proudly introduced us to her little doggy. And when we asked her what it was, she says, "Oh, it's a shit poo." Keep in mind, this is like, at the time, like a 70-year-old woman.
It's a shit poo.
And she introduced her dog as a shit poo.
Yeah, I would too.
We love grandma. Rest her soul.
We love grandma.
Little chest cross thing can't do it because Also, chat says, "Who let the dogs out? Who?
Who let the dogs out?
Anyways, we will continue. I stopped it on his smug face because I thought it was kind of funny.
It's just
Cordial overall, right? Well, that's not quite the case with what happened next, because now we're going to fast forward 6 months later, and Camel's next interaction with the same officer, by the way, didn't go as smoothly. We come into this body cam footage when the officer already has Camel in handcuffs outside of a U.S. post office.
Oh, we skipped the best part.
Apparently,
damn,
she never went to court for those previous citations.
Let me lock my door.
Okay, hold on.
What's wrong with you?
What is wrong with you?
What happened like that?
Okay.
So mean.
Literally.
What, can I lock
Can't
these
you
and
beat
I'll
this
tighten up
mean?
on you?
Give me my phone. Oh, I have to call my mother.
No, you don't.
They always want to call their mom.
Okay.
Chris, come on.
Mommy, please arresting me.
No, and I'm not.
Was your mommy a sovereign
It's not
citizen too?
registered.
You're not driving, you're traveling, same thing
I'm
as last time.
traveling, yes. You know that.
Okay.
You know that.
You know that.
Okay.
You can't have stuff in the back seat, okay?
This is mine.
Okay. I'm not going anywhere with it. You just can't have it on you. Simple as that. Okay.
So I can't have my debit card either?
Yes, no, I can get everything for you. You just can't have it in
Why
the
can't
back
I have
seat.
my keys?
Because you can't have anything in the
Okay,
back
but I don't want you touching my keys.
That's fine, but you can't have it.
Okay, but I need to call my mom so she can come pick me up.
Well, you're not getting picked up. You're in jail.
Okay, but I can still get out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need her to come pick me up.
Okay, and we can make that arrangement when it gets there, okay?
Off me.
Ma'am, you never laughed, okay?
No, you need to get the
See how they always want to call their mom, but not their dad. Well.
I ain't in y'all jurisdiction. You just want to
Jurisdiction.
God, she is going off.
Your jurisdiction.
Are you in the city of Bria?
You're not even supposed to be touching me.
You're in the city of Bria.
The officer double checks the VIN to make sure this is in fact the car that he stopped 6 months ago. Turns out she still has the private license plate in her back window.
We should call Mizu's grandma Grand Blue.
I stopped her. I stopped her before. Same. I went to court, as one does.
Now, when he takes a look inside her vehicle, the officer is once again
she
able
got
to
drugs?
confirm her name is Dominique Camel when he seemingly finds it on a bottle of medical marijuana. And he makes an interesting observation.
Can't have a licensed sovereign citizen, but get a weed card. She's sovereign, but she has enough of Ohio ID to get a medical marijuana card. A medical marijuana.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
They just drag you into a circle of like I don't know what
Fatherless
I'm not a
behavior.
sovereign citizen. It says that you just said you were. I'm sovereign. Okay. When she's able to use our currency as the United States, she's got cash, she's got, it's just a ring of insanity. So.
Ring of insanity.
She tried pulling away from me when I copped out because she
Medical for sure. Yeah, totally medical.
Using the United States.
Quote unquote medical.
Yeah.
Medical
I'm gonna be
marijuana.
nice. I'm gonna go mail that for her, and then I'm gonna write her for obstructing, resisting, and a bunch of traffic.
As the arresting officer works on his paperwork, Camel appears to be lecturing one of his colleagues.
It is not about working. I have a right to be who I am. I have a right to listen, I don't care about your opinion. Your opinion's old. How about that?
How about that?
We was Moroccans and shit.
I can't nobody tell me how to live. Can't nobody tell me who to be.
Can't nobody close the door. Close that door.
Shut it in her face.
And you're not God. You can't tell me what to do and you can't tell nobody else.
Someone in the US get medical ID without an ID? No, you need state ID to get things like that.
Yeah.
So she did a contract with the state enough.
Specifically just to
for
get
her.
marijuana.
for her medical Mary Jane, but she can't get a license though. She's a free private person who's traveling.
Always traveling.
License. I'm not hurting you. I'm not committing no crimes.
She's still yapping?
She is running.
I'm not dealing no drugs.
I ain't dealing no drugs.
Well, now I'm curious about that. Are you?
It's like, well, now that you bring it up, I'm kind of curious.
Where's the victim? Where's the victim?
Where's the victim?
There is no victim. You know everything else. You know this ain't going.
She thinks she's had to have murdered somebody to be arrested.
Yeah.
You're dumb.
So, what happened? Well, Campbell had a jury trial scheduled for May 2024, but it is our understanding.
Silence, a black woman is talking.
Hey, everybody. So, I want to thank Morgan and Morgan for sponsoring this episode of Sidebar. Always love talking about them. Now, here is the incredible thing about Morgan and Morgan, and one of the reasons why I like talking about them so much.
Hey, say something about our big wins.
You're not supposed to come on camera. The reason Morgan and Morgan, America's largest win, $6 million off, and talking to your just do it. You're Morgan. Me a little bit. May of 2023, and a police officer is arriving to assist with the stop that's already in progress. According to his fellow officer, the driver of a blue rental car allegedly blew right through a stop sign.
What's up? Hey, David.
Allegedly.
Tell you who he is yet?
Allegedly.
What's that? Tell you who he is yet? It's not. All right, let's take him out and bring him back so we can identify him.
Yep. I was just trying to see if we had anything on there so I could at least come up and already have his information, but it's a rental car.
Yep.
And I got nothing else on it.
No idea who it is?
No, I've never even seen this guy before. Blew right through the stop sign, but he is not, he said he doesn't have to stick around. I was like, okay, well, I'm advising you legally you have to stay here.
Yeah, he's detained.
All right. You got a rental car, brother. You got to have a contract for it, right? And a driver's license. I need to see that.
Did he just do clap clap with the officer? Ain't no way.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. The instant sass? Ain't no way. Clap on, clap off. It's a clapper.
Who is it in Genesee County?
That would be Morgan. Is her first name. So anyway,
That'd be like trying to tell your mama to do something, then doing a snap snap. Like, bro, you could get slapped.
Right?
You could get beat.
So I'm all about
Grandma gonna kick your ass.
Okay. So I need you as a public servant because am I a public servant or are you the public servant?
So you're correct. I'm the public servant.
Good.
Don't you know cops get disoriented when you clap?
Correct.
Yep.
What's the 10th Amendment?
So I'm not going to get into that.
So you don't no. That's Amendment.
We're going to have you step out of the car.
You're not going to do anything.
All right, come on, sir. Get out.
Yep.
No. Clap, get pregnant.
Again.
You're free to record. You can record whatever you like.
I'm going to roll up the window.
He rolled the window! He did it! Smash it, please!
I'm going to have 203 start this way as well.
Please!
196 to 203.
Break it.
Break it!
Because I call 911 and I get SWAT here.
We are SWAT.
We are SWAT, so...
Good. You're an insurrectionist at this point in time because if you're trying to demand anything out of me...
We need to identify you, sir.
I have no problem with giving you my license money. What I'm doing is I'm ensuring you're abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
So we need to see your driver's license.
You don't need to see anything from
You don't
me
need to see
because you are
shit.
a public servant. I have the right to travel
I am a
under the Ninth
private
Amendment.
citizen.
I have right, First Amendment right.
Okay,
freedom of
well, we just got right to travel.
All he has to do is plug his ears and go la 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 la.
exercise of religion. Freedom of exercise.
Dude, as a kid, mine in an adult body. So true.
Clarify for stop interrupting me. First Amendment.
He's like a child.
Right?
He's literally a kid.
So what I don't understand, sir, is what does it have to do with you not stopping at a stop sign?
That's what I'm getting to. Are you going to answer my question?
You ain't answering my question.
If you're not going to answer my question, then we're not.
It's like, bro, you stuck your hand in the cookie jar. You got cookie crumbs on you. You can't deny that you went in the cookie jar.
It's turn this from just a simple traffic stop.
So what I'm doing is I'm asserting my rights as a U.S. citizen and validating that you're not abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
So my job here today
So
is to
your
monitor
job here
traffic
today
safety.
is to enforce the law. Is that correct?
Which you violated.
No, because which is the supreme law of the land? Marbury versus Madison. If a law is created that violates a constitutional standard, it is automatically null and
If only
void.
act like a child was on the bingo
If
sheet.
you have an oath to the Constitution, so that's what I'm getting to. What's the freedom
I don't
of
understand.
So if you don't understand, I'm free to educate you. Are you going to
I'm
listen?
free to
Sir,
educate you.
Because
versus
you are not
Mims.
listening to
Sir,
me.
Pennsylvania versus Mims says that we have the right to ask you out of the car.
You don't have any rights to the First Amendment, separation of church and state.
That's Supreme Court case law.
What? You retarded?
Just read separation of church and state. What, sir? Would you like to explain why?
There's a special tar. Somebody get him a special hat. Somebody can buy him some Burger King.
We're not even in like sovereign citizen anymore. He's just saying shit.
Separation of church and state.
It's like when a child just starts throwing everything at their parents and they're like, well, what about this, Mom? Isn't this true?
Well, I can report you for abuse for making me do my homework.
Also, in reference to the other lady, they said, I gotta find her dispensary because that shit must be off the hook.
Supreme Court case, Marbury versus Madison. If a law is made that violates a constitutional standard, it's automatically null and void.
Sir, you can either give us your license or you have to step out of the vehicle.
It's your choice.
He rolled out the window again! Please smash it. Please smash it.
This man, who we now know is Richard Ewart, also goes by the name of Obadiah. He posted this body cam footage on his own YouTube channel. Take a look.
Posted it?
I'm here till 10.
Homie thought he had something.
I've already fought a court case.
We found out. We were like, Chad, this is not me.
Just let you know.
I am not a white
It's
man.
dismissed for the same
Yet.
principle I'm stating with you right now.
Yet.
Okay.
So do you think you have the authority?
You violated vehicle and traffic law.
Which law is that?
1172A.
State law?
New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law.
Who state Constitution refers to the U.S. Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Is that correct?
We're not doing this, sir.
If you're not doing it, then I'm not.
Smash this window, please.
Break it. Break it.
Break
Can I just hear advise this driver's calling 911?
She
Yeah,
called
I don't know
911.
where it exactly is. What road am
We're
I
on
on?
Rui
officers?
Road, sir.
Do we?
We're on Rui Road.
Rui? Okay, I'll let the
Rui.
officer explain.
Mama.
Calling the cops on the cops and then having to ask the cops, hey, excuse, where are we exactly?
Where are we?
Don't worry, I think it's about to get better because I heard like the first part of the sentence he just said.
Rui?
Can't make this shit up.
Rui? Okay, I'll let the officer explain. Right now I have a couple police officers.
I'll let the officer explain. So I'm calling the police on this guy, and here, I'm gonna let the guy explain the situation. He's so fucking dumb, man.
It just gets worse.
He is so confident in this, too.
Officers, I'm trying to assert my rights under the Constitution. First Amendment, separation of church of state, which states clearly in the First Amendment that the freedom of exercise of religion, that freedom of exercise,
Is he saying that
Congress can't pass laws and they can't violate
is a religion?
The Judicial Department can't enforce the law. That's supreme law of the land. I'm asserting that with these officers, they're pulling me over for a traffic violation, which is state law. And on the federal level, they refuse to abide by their oath of office to the Constitution. Now they're acting under the...
Oh, wait. Oath of office. Yeah, there it is. Oath of office. Under I. And you know what? Fuck it. We're throwing a dot on religion or spirituality brought into law. I know it's not technically the same thing, but he is trying to do separation of church and state.
Have we gotten a bingo so far?
No. The state or the people, it's not exclusive to the state. So that said, they don't have any authority nor jurisdiction in this matter. Even if I did go through a stop
Peak
sign,
schizo, get him a VTuber model.
that was hurt or injured, which doesn't make it a crime. And since I follow common law, which is 5 of the 10 commandments, no murder, no theft, no coveting, no bearing false witness.
Did he say 5 of the 10 commandments?
10 commandments. Oh.
What about the other 5? Do you just not listen to those ones?
He doesn't. This is peak. This is so peak.
I abide by common law, which is 5 of the 10 commandments.
Common law is 5 of the 10.
What about the other 5? He's mentioned the 10 commandments a couple times now. I'm sorry, I must have missed it. Especially if he's gonna pull this. I only follow half of them. Like, I'm not sure that's how God intended it, bro. I'm pretty sure he gave us 10 because there was 10.
That's no adultery. They are currently committing an insurrection. Well, I don't know if I did or not. That's what they're proclaiming, but state law doesn't supersede federal law.
Oh, shoot.
Federal law, First and 10th Amendment, as well as the 9th Amendment apply here, and they're violating the rules of the Constitution, which in turn would make them insurrectionists.
Insurrectionists!
Now, I have police officers in my family and what have you. Sure, my name is Richard Ewert. Driver's license, Ewert, E-W-E-R-T. And just for fun, because I don't have any problem with
read half the Bible, make up the rest. Whatever the fuck you want.
My rights at the moment.
Do you have an emergency?
The emergency is these cops are violating my constitutional rights, and they refuse to leave.
On the way over to speak with you. You can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there. But unfortunately, right now, you're tying up an emergency line for somebody that could be in cardiac arrest or having trouble breathing.
Exactly. You're not having.
They're trying to say that I have to step out of the vehicle, and they're trying to demand things out of me. With acting like they have the authority when they're public servants.
On the way there, you can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there. Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
We could have gone a whole different route over this. Other than
exactly, and I just wanted to ask you questions.
Stop
and I needed
asking
for you to
me
answer
what?
questions. It is
I was
my
super
job.
cordial to you. I came up to you. All
It
I said
doesn't
is I
make
need
a
to see your
difference.
driver's license.
Again, you're the public servant, right?
Correct. But
so
no
if I
one's...
ask you a question, if you wanted to keep it cordial and everything, you would have answered the question.
Right, but you're not even identifying who you were to me.
I don't have to
You
identify
do though,
you.
because
No,
you're
I
driving on.
I mean, he just said his name, so technically he's already identified himself. But
It has nothing to do
Right
with
to
that.
travel.
You can speak with my
already
supervisor.
said his name.
Okay.
It's New York State law. This is a traffic stop. Identify yourself, or you're going to be
Wait,
arrested for obstruction and aim
where are we? New York?
All right.
I don't know where this one is.
Correct.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
Last one was Ohio.
Identify yourself.
Ohio.
So if you go and do what you're doing,
I have no idea what fucking state this is.
Could be anywhere.
Doesn't it look like New York?
Chat says New York State.
You have to identify yourself. It's
New York
basic
State.
when you're 16 years old and you get your license. I'm Lieutenant Slick, badge 203. You're to identify yourself.
He's not old enough to drive. They should call his parents.
Why are you not identifying yourself?
I already did actually on the 911 call. I gave him my driver's license number and everything. But as far as that's concerned, again, you have an oath of the Constitution.
Can't be the city.
You know,
Yeah,
clarify
it's
that.
New York State, not city.
Are you going to allow me to clarify everything?
Yes.
As the arguments continue to go in circles, the officers have finally had enough.
Because what I'm saying to you right now, because as much as
I would have dragged his ass out of the car already.
Now
I
we've
wouldn't
already
even
gone for the
let him
taser.
get to the point where he calls 911.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what
Let me
year it
clarify
is?
this for you, because if you want to have this kind of argument.
That's a big boy. I mean, he is a big boy.
Of the year? Yes.
Even though the word itself literally means
Sir, I don't know if
so exactly.
I don't know if
Just take him out.
I want
Take him out.
I don't know if it's the mental
Take him out. Open the door.
That sounds like you do have one. Because if you proclaim December to be the 12th month, and it means the 10th, means you're probably not in your right mind.
Identify yourself to these police officers, please. Right now, identify
Yes,
yourself to these police officers.
So are you doing an insurrection against people at the moment?
You're about to be removed from this vehicle. Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Shut the car off.
Let's go. Ready?
Get him
Committed
out.
assault.
Damn.
Nope. Try to close the window on
Just
you.
immediately
Told you get out of the
before.
vehicle. Give you multiple chances to identify yourself.
Now I told you quite often that you're insurrectionists against people.
Insurrection.
Do you have any weapons in the car?
That's another one of those things, like where I said earlier, where they'll say they're like under a fascist state, but then think they can say no you to the fascist state. You're calling the police officers insurrectionists, and they're like, wait, why are you arresting me? I said you're an insurrectionist. That means you have to stop.
It means you have to stop.
Like, if they're insurrectionists, why do they care?
Exactly.
Like, did you not think this all the way through? Schizo rambling keeps going. What a king.
Get that man a VTuber model now! Get him into Phase Connect.
Nah, chat, that's right. You stand on your rights, king. You stand on that
your
one
rights,
half
king.
of the 10 Commandments.
Half of the commandments. Separation of church and state, baby.
Half of it.
Oh, now you're performing illegal search and seizure. Violation of the
Illegal
Fourth
search and
Ewert was
seizure.
charged with obstruction of governmental administration.
I'm having an
and
illegal
released on
search
an
and
appearance
seizure right
ticket.
now.
He entered a not guilty plea, and the police contacted Hertz to sort out that whole mess about what to do with the rental car. Now we go to Florida, where 2 residents ended up behind
thank God it's
bars
Florida.
after law enforcement
Wait,
says an
I
early
thought you
morning
couldn't
traffic
get
stop.
a rental car without an ID.
I don't know. Maybe the rental place was just really lax. Probably biting them in the ass right now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy seems trustworthy. We can let him have it. A week
Well,
later, so we took your car in the impound.
Could have had deadly consequences. This dashboard
His
camera
parents
video is from
rented for
December
him.
2022, just a couple weeks before Christmas. A Florida state trooper has stopped this older model truck.
Also, real quick, you know what's really funny? He was talking about the 10 Commandments, but he was talking about the Bill of Rights. Do you think he got him confused? I don't think he did, because at one point he says he's explaining to the operator which of the 5 10 Commandments he abides by, and one of them included no adultery.
Adultery. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he was talking about the actual 10 Commandments.
Truck, which doesn't have a license plate. He approaches the truck on the passenger side to talk to the driver, but driver seemingly won't roll down the window. It is hard to hear some of the responses from the driver, identified as Samuel Doolin, but we are able to follow along based on what the trooper is saying.
Okay, open the door.
Open the door.
Open the door.
Open the door.
What's that? I noticed you don't have a tag on your vehicle.
What state do you think?
Okay,
Didn't
if I
they
need to
say
talk to you, I'm gonna Open
Florida?
the door.
This is Florida.
Yeah.
All right. How is that illegal? How is that? Please tell me how that's illegal. I don't see a tag
It's
on your
illegal.
vehicle, like I said. What's that? How do I know that? That's why I'm stopping you to ask you about the vehicle.
Beep.
That just means the vehicle can go under 25 miles an hour. Okay, do you have your ID on you?
They continue to argue
Florida
over
man on Florida man
identification
violence.
until the trooper eventually goes over to check the truck's VIN.
this can go very smoothly. You could have been out of here by now if you just showed me your ID. 1386,
Built like a train.
What's the issue?
Hey, Zim.
Okay.
Smash the window.
1 second.
Please drive off. Please drive off. Please drive off.
Run away. Run away.
Run away!
Nope. Is your VIN number up here? Okay. Can you please move your stuff?
The trooper later reported that he'd spotted a handgun inside the truck within the driver's reach, so he went back to his patrol car to wait for backup.
What's up? Let's talk back here. I don't know what the squirrel's gonna do. Alright, so obviously there's no tag on it, right? So I stopped to question him. I go on this side, because that's where I do my stops. And he didn't roll the window down and did this. It's like, no.
Please let this man drive off. Please, it would be so funny.
It was legal.
Hi, spicy reading cat.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Hello.
I told him what was, they didn't have a tag attached to the car, right? He's like, well, it's a farm vehicle. You see the triangle?
It's a really nasty looking truck, by the way.
Okay, well, let me
That is so gross.
It's like, I have
Please
it,
wash
I'm
your
gonna
car.
give it to you, and I can see a single zero sitting in the console. Alright, so. Okay. That's cool. Alright, so we're going to jerk him out of the vehicle.
Yes!
Yeah, he's not complying. We're getting him out of the vehicle.
The Polk County Sheriff's Office also responded and started blasting out commands through a megaphone.
Drive off! Drive off!
If you can roll down your window, roll down your window. If not, keep your hands right there.
Imagine living right here.
You just hear it next door, just the screaming.
Get out of your vehicle.
Driver, keep your right hand through the window. With your left hand, open the door.
While Doolin did put his hands up as asked, he still refused to exit the vehicle, and that is when, as you can imagine, things escalated.
I would never have imagined. He seems like such a rational man.
Yeah, very rational. Yeah, smash the windows! Yeah! Hell yeah, brother! Look at how many officers they got right now.
Not enough.
Is he just screaming right now?
Yes.
Open the door, get out of the car.
Open the door!
Open the door!
Windows status. Smash! Smash! You got 10 cops just to rush him. Well, that female cop looking fine. Damn!
She be thick though.
Damn, she's thick! Fuck! Can I get arrested by her? No, maybe I should become a sovereign citizen. I want to find her.
This is why they're trying to get arrested.
You opened my door.
I'm hoping that the officer has a big donkey.
None of the sheriff's department talk to me.
Calm down.
I am. I'm just talking.
Yeah, the
now.
car. This is the truck.
Why is the sheriff's department doing what a state trooper told him without talking? You did not even talk. Neither did the state trooper. Came out belligerent, opened the window, didn't talk.
Open the window.
You now shameless stuff.
I gave you an order to come out of the vehicle.
That is illegal order. It was not a lawful order.
The dash cam doesn't lie. The trooper and Doolin went back and forth about ID several times. Doolin asked to be put in a deputy's car instead of a trooper's, reportedly because of his belief that since the sheriff is elected, he's an acceptable authority figure.
I mean, fair play, I guess.
Hey, I'm not getting in the station. No, he is not lawful. He's not lawfully going to arrest me. I will pay the sheriff's department.
Clear back there.
I'm not getting in
Bless
the
that
station.
female officer with the thickest dumb. Oh my god.
Nope, that's not how it works. You don't get a choice.
I know I don't get a choice. Brother, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, everything you're doing is illegal. It's not even illegal, it's unprofessional. Men ain't even talking.
Yeah.
You also notice that Doolin's girlfriend at the time was also pulled from the car, though in a much calmer way.
Wait, he had a girl
when it comes
there?
time for her to be led away, Doolin gets protective.
Hey, can we do something at least? Be polite to the lady, she wasn't being belligerent. Yes, but she's not going to be arrested.
Would.
Right?
Easy next question. They're all kind of packy in the cake department. Yeah. A lot of officers got nice butts.
Dama.
What?
She's being detained right now.
I'm just stating facts.
Facts, no printer.
Facts, no printer.
Put your leg in the car, bro.
Period, no sentence.
I thought this was going to be a nice.
What the fuck does that mean? I'm just saying whatever, chat.
Weapon in the car. Yes, protected against you. I said, okay, you need to come out of the car. You refuse to do it. So,
Some women just say shit.
so I just say something.
Well, as the sun starts to come up, law enforcement searched Doolin's truck, finding 5 firearms. Among them was a Glock 9
Damn, he was
which had
packing.
been altered from semi-automatic
Not in
to
cake.
fully automatic, and a rifle also altered to be an automatic weapon. The rifle's
Ooh,
barrel
that's gonna
was
get you in
also
trouble.
2 inches shorter than is allowed by law. During a news conference the next day, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd answered questions about the arrests.
Grady!
He had
My
his
man
girlfriend
Grady.
with him. She got to be a part of this and even got some charges as a result. She's Tiffany Beam.
She got to be a
So now
part
you
of
got
this.
Samuel Doolin and Tiffany Beam in the vehicle. We break the back window out of the pickup truck.
Polk
He
County,
still
that's why he
refuses
was
to get out
fucked.
of
Yep,
the
don't
vehicle.
fuck with Polk County.
We immediately tased him, and once the taser struck him, he became more compliant.
Oh, he was tased. I
We
didn't
pulled him out
see
of the
it.
vehicle and
Aw.
arrested him. Here's what we learned. He wouldn't identify himself. He wouldn't get out of the vehicle. We saw a handgun. And when we asked him about all this,
Mizu
he
might
said,
be an
well,
officer.
you know,
He does have a nice
I'm kind of a
dumpy.
sovereign, and I don't recognize state law enforcement. They have no authority over me. This was an illegal stop. Only the elected sheriff has authority, law enforcement authority. Well, he learned before the day was over that he was right. The sheriff's office does have authority, and we appropriately charged him. But he also learned the state troopers have authority as well because they charged him as well. We took him into custody. Tiffany immediately lost interest in wanting to resist.
Is this the sheriff that was
any
recommending
further.
shooting home
So
intruders
she
a
was
while
simply
ago?
arrested and
I
taken
am
into
unsure.
custody for resisting.
I know he
says
catches a lot of
has
predators,
sovereign
though.
tendencies.
Who
and
catches a lot of predators?
Today he has
Grady
jailhouse
Judd,
tendencies.
the
You
guy
know what I'm
talking.
saying? So that's our Christmas present to him, early present. When you don't obey the law, we're going to lock you up.
Great
Merry
speaker.
Christmas.
The sheriff revealed that
Merry
Doolin is
Christmas.
the brother of Joshua Doolin, a Florida man sentenced to 18 months in prison for his role in the January 6 riots on Capitol Hill.
Damn.
He also says Doolin told investigators he had been an Army Ranger who was dismissed from the military because he refused to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Sheriff says while Doolin put up his hands and never reached for his weapon, his possession of the illegally altered firearms was concerning.
Is he picked up several felony criminal charges. What we know is he was not a felon before. He wasn't or he didn't have any criminal record before. So he managed to go from ostensibly a law-abiding citizen to picking up a lot of serious felony charges that he's now facing over simply not having a tag on his truck. Now, come on, man.
Skill issue.
It doesn't take rocket science to figure out in the state of Florida when everybody else has got a tag on
But
their
they don't
car,
believe in state
you
law.
got to have one too. And if you don't, then we're going to cite you and take the appropriate action. And as a result, he chose to do it the hard way. We can do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
We could do it the hard way.
The state of Florida
The choice is
you
yours.
have to have a tag to operate your vehicle on public property. He ignored the law. He went to jail.
Sheriff
You do
Judd
the
mentioned
easy
that
way,
Doolin's
or we can do it
fiancée,
the
Tiffany
hard
Beam,
way.
was also
Choice
charged
is
back in
yours.
December of 2022. In May 2023, Beam, who had been assigned public defenders to represent her, filed a notice of change to counsel. She wrote that Doolin would be representing her because she did not think the appointed lawyers had, quote, the adequate time and mindset to properly represent her. Doolin signed that document pro se litigant. Doolin admitted to investigators that he created, signed, and filed the documents in question because her lawyers weren't doing their jobs. He also admitted he is not a licensed attorney in the state of Florida. Prosecutors dropped
who
the
would've
charges
guessed
against
that one?
Beam in
Who
November
would've guessed?
2023. As for Doolin, in January of 2024, he entered a no contest plea to 2 counts of possession of a short-barreled gun, rifle, or machine gun, and he was sentenced to 1 year in prison. Next up, we're staying in Florida, but heading down to the Panhandle in Santa Rosa County. It's June 2022, and that is where deputies stopped this driver
Choice
after
is
he allegedly
yours.
punched a man in a McDonald's drive-thru because the
Damn.
man didn't know how to drive.
Hey, how are you,
What?
man? Hey, I'm Deputy with the
I don't
Sheriff's
understand.
Office. Were you guys
Oh,
just
no,
involved
and he's
in an
black?
altercation or maybe a road
Aw.
rage incident with somebody?
This is the one I was waiting for.
Okay, all right. Would you mind to step out me real quick? Just talk to me so I can...
This is the one I was hoping was Moorish. Like, it ended up being the girl at the start was Moorish, but this was the guy because he has the hat. And if this one's Moorish, I think I can get bingo off the Moorish citizen has a cool hat.
McDonald's has become Waffle House.
Get your side of the story?
But I can talk to you right here.
No, I'm asking you to step out, okay? So you can step out or I can help you out. It's your choice.
Listen, you don't have the right to put your hands on me. I'm talking to you. Nobody's going to put
You're not even being touched.
Okay, and I'm asking you to step out so I can talk to you.
I'm not going to step out of my vehicle for what? Do you have your ID, sir? I sure do.
Okay, let me see it, please.
Let me get my video going.
Okay, get your video going. So you want to tell me what's going on then?
I was turning coming from the beach.
What was that?
What's that? We both said at the same time. What the fuck was that?
What is that?
What gang sign did he just do?
It's so funny. Like, you see him just holding his head, and then out of nowhere, it's just...
Oh no!
Oh no, Dom disappeared!
Oh, what happened? Hold on. Why did it get disconnected?
Oh no, it says connecting to Steam servers failed.
Oh no.
I might have to start VTube Studio. It might have exploded. Don't worry, chat. VTube Studio will be back up in a moment.
The choice is yours.
Choice is yours.
The choice is yours.
Library, VTube Studio. No idea why VTube Studio exploded.
It just exploded.
Ah, like my ex.
You got some context for that, you said?
No.
No.
It's back hosted again.
It keeps disconnecting me. Hold on.
I just
Maybe
put
I
it
need to
back
close VTube Studio. Yeah, well, I just I just connected. It said join failed, and then just didn't want to.
Steam failed. Gabe tripped the wire again. Don't you dare be mean to Lord Gabbin. He is our one and only true savior in the gaming industry. Italians talk with their hands. This guy apparently thinks with his hands.
Literally.
You know, in fairness, at least this time we caught it when it exploded and not like 20 minutes later.
True.
When everybody starts saying in chat like, "Hey guys, why is there nobody here?" Alright, don't forget chat. If you're over on Twitch, you can activate the boo balloons if you would like. Or if you don't like the boo balloons, you can pop them.
Like I do. I pop them. All the time.
Welcome back, mommy.
Wow, I'm back.
I was turning coming from the beach. I was getting over in the left lane. This speeds around me and cusses at me. So I come over here to McDonald's and I tell him, I said, look, you were behind me. You were following me. So that means you need to wait to see what I'm going to do before you try to speed around me. He got in the far left lane, so I got in the far left lane behind him. And I came over and I asked him, I said, what was the purpose of you cussing at me? And he started.
Okay.
Just that simple.
Okay.
So
he was behind me.
Because he's cussing at you, you punched him in the mouth.
And I'm going to tell you why. It's because from here forward, y'all going to learn to respect what we are on Earth. That was uncalled for. I was in front of him, so that means
respect
that
what we are.
I go, if he's behind me,
Wizard, who are you?
I decide where I'm going to go. I was getting in the lane, the only left lane that was
Is he
open.
the head wizard in charge?
To get to the far left lane, that lane wasn't even.
All these damn wizards.
King of the Wizards, head wizard in charge?
I was like, okay.
Who are
Came over
you?
here to the lot and I asked him, I said, what was the purpose of you cussing at me? And I said, you gonna look.
Where was he standing when you punched him? Was he like at your window?
He was sitting in his car right here. I walked over to the car and I asked him, I said, look, what was the purpose of you cussing at me? You were behind me and you had to wait until I moved, and whatever I did, you decide what you're going to do after that. He started cussing. He said, well, you need to learn how to drive. I said, well, you're gonna learn how to respect what I am on Earth and what I stand for on Earth.
But
right
what
now.
are you?
Y'all better stop messing with
Because
us.
I could
Y'all
come
better stop
up
messing
with
us.
multiple
That guy,
answers.
He got judged today, and if you knew who I was.
He got judged today.
I got judged today.
Oh, this guy, I feel like this guy's gonna be crazy.
I hope
He just admitted to assault. Yeah, no, 100%. He just fucked his whole case, like, instantly.
He's gonna get arrested, man.
He's like, so did you punch him in the face? He's like, yeah, I did. Because he cussed at me. Like, okay, buddy.
Because you would know why he got judged. And if you knew that he was into before this incident, this day,
If you knew
everything happens
he
for
was
a reason.
into-
Somebody out with him over there.
Everything happens for a reason, and y'all need to stop.
Everything
being
happens
all
for a
the
reason.
Personal business, because all that does is just create more situations where people don't have to take responsibility for the they do.
And the entrepreneur.
You understand when you make contact with somebody, it's considered a battery. So we got the call, so we have to investigate it. And that's what we're here to do.
Look, he verbally abused me, so that's battery.
Okay. Would you write a statement on saying what
I'm not, listen, I'm not getting involved with y'all. We handle that ourselves. We're too grown men. We don't need to be policed. We don't need to be controlled. We are not in preschool.
Yes,
we're two grown men.
We're not in
I handled my
preschool.
business like I was supposed to.
I appreciate your opinion on the matter, but he has a different opinion.
Okay,
And as a man, he can have that.
and whatever his opinion is, if he wants to write down stuff for y'all, then he can. I don't have to do that. I'm not getting involved with y'all. I'm telling you what you want to know. Okay. Operating with you.
This guy
but I'm not
sucks.
getting out of my car. Okay. I'm not writing
You got some
nothing down.
sass in him.
All I had to do was deal with him.
He's
That
making
was
us
my
look
problem.
bad.
I dealt with it.
Well, like, here's the thing, right? Normally, with sovereign citizens, I can find them, like they're pretty harmful overall, right? Because they tie up the system. But that's more of like a long game kind of thing. In the immediate, all they really do is kind of like get on police officers' nerves. I'm kind of okay with that. A little bit. This guy's just going around, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna assault the shit out of people, and if I do, they deserved it, because they are getting judged.
They're being judged.
This is the guy that unironically I would be afraid would kill somebody. Like just and he would be perfectly fine doing it.
He'd be fine with it, yeah.
He would not lose sleep at night. He'd be like, yeah, he got judged today. I sent him to God. Like, yeah, no, you belong under the prison. Because I genuinely think you are in active danger to people.
Yep.
And that's it.
Deputies find out later that the man's name is Darrell Reynolds, but he doesn't plan on telling them that right now.
It's always
or
a
really
Reynolds.
Seemingly cooperating in any way.
I'm camping. My son and I retired, and we came down here for peace.
You retired military?
Please don't tell me he has a son with
What
me.
branch of the military?
Navy.
Navy?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
How many years you spent in the
I
Navy?
doubt.
I was in 2
I
years.
really
and I ran a
doubt.
business. Well, I ran several businesses, 16 years.
Okay.
He's definitely gay.
I had a commercial cleaning business and a landscape and lawn care business.
Okay.
He was in the Navy.
Okay. This is the type that I'm dealing with.
In the Navy.
I got nothing against your spiritual journey, man.
I deal with all this stuff. I dealt with the problem. I already fixed that.
No, you didn't. You just assaulted a random ass dude.
Okay.
At a McDonald's.
Cussing at people.
Always at
getting
McDonald's.
Mad at people because he can't. That little baby can't have his way. Then he gets what he gets. Period.
Okay. Well, that's not always the way the law sees it, though. You understand that, right?
And let me tell you something about your law. If you go back and actually
About
study
your
the
law.
none of these laws.
I studied my law.
You
have
allegedly
expired. The
joined the Navy to serve for us.
In 20 years from 1776. And furthermore, how are we as citizens on land operating in maritime law?
Okay, all right, let me go ahead and step out the vehicle for me.
I'm not getting out of my
What's your
vehicle.
name, sir?
What did I do?
Can I get your name?
I gave you my ID. He's got my
Hey,
ID.
this is what we're going to do. We're going to get you out of the car. We're going to talk to them, get his side of the story.
Why do I got to get out of my car to talk to him? Is he out? Look, I'm not going to because you guys are going too far with this.
No,
You're going too far. I am not doing anything.
He's going too far.
We're trying to expect you to be cordial.
What you want to do is control me. I'm not going to let you do that.
Listen,
I'm going to sit right here. I am talking to both of you like you
are,
want me
yes,
to.
sir.
He
In the state
verbally
of
abused
Florida,
me.
that's against the law.
Okay, it's against my law for me to be talked to like he talked to me.
I understand.
And I follow
In my
universal
law.
which trumps all this mess that y'all got going on here.
My law says you
So,
can't
like I
talk
said,
to me like
you
that.
don't have no jurisdiction over me. You are on my earth. And if I decide to do something about it, I can right now. Look, when you look at this, you need to understand what this is. And you need to understand who I am.
Well, yeah, well,
You
my
need to
law
understand
says
that
I can
have a
strike
power
down
that
people
can
with
hit
lightning
on both of
at
you.
any
Okay,
minor
so that's-
inconvenience.
I wish I could do that. Can you teach me?
Me too.
Hell
Hell yeah. We're gonna strike wizards with lightning.
Why do I have to get out of my vehicle? I'm not. If I'm in my vehicle, you safe. I'm safe. Everybody's safe.
If I'm in my vehicle, no, you're not safe in a vehicle.
You just got out of your vehicle to beat the shit out of somebody like 5 minutes ago.
Okay?
And there's such thing as vehicular manslaughter.
This is completely cordial. Everything's being good, okay? He's fine.
Why won't y'all let him?
There's no reason. We're trying to get you out. We're not going to let him get
Why
in.
do I need to get out? If I'm not under arrest, why do I need to get out?
Because there's a possibility of you being under arrest.
Why do y'all have to arrest me?
For committing battery. So, but we have to investigate that. And you doing the way you're doing it is making it more difficult for us. More difficult on your son. You're here on vacation. We're trying to work our way through it. Okay?
This guy has all the screws in it.
There's no listening. Just be cordial.
He's definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed.
One thing I want y'all to understand is, I'm not going to jail over some of that pet. If two men in the street can't handle their business, if he's big enough to run his mouth to anybody he runs into and can just say whatever he wants to say out of his mouth, there's consequences for that. Okay? He suffered the consequences.
And he
if y'all
deserved
get in
them.
the way of his judgment, you bring it on yourself. And I'll get out, but I'm telling you,
Thank you, I
what
appreciate
you're doing is bringing it on yourself because you're getting involved in.
Now, Reynolds agrees to get out of the car, but bristles when the deputies try to arrest him. His son Cameron even gets involved, and the deputies threaten to tase him.
Look, you don't have to do all of that.
No! His son's there?
This is why y'all.
Don't threaten to tase him, just tase him.
Back up.
Oh, I thought the son was a little baby. That's a grown-ass man.
Tase him. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back right now. Put your hands behind your back.
Why is all this mess?
What you gonna do, boy?
Don't you tense up on me or we're going to the ground. Do you understand?
We can do this the easy way, we can do it the hard way. Choice is yours.
I've been listening to this and flipped out of y'all just messed up for yourselves. I didn't touch either one of y'all.
Listen, we gave you the opportunity to go nicely and peacefully. You want to resist, you want to pull away, this is what happened.
I did not pull away from you.
You absolutely did. Now you're catching an additional charge. You're going to be placed under arrest for battery today as well as resist officer. And you understand that.
These people are always crazy.
And these are the types of people that reproduce.
True.
Go ahead and search him.
For what? I don't have any pocket.
You're going to jail.
Okay.
You're going to jail, boy.
You're getting searched.
I thought he was shirtless. I also thought the first guy was shirtless.
I don't have pocket.
Doesn't matter.
It clearly does.
Stand up against the car. Don't move.
Or what?
Don't you move, boy.
Or what? I'm genuinely asking. Or what?
I'm genuinely asking.
Have a seat.
When it comes to your soul, I hope you know it's mine.
Okay, great. Fantastic.
What did he say?
Searching his ride, like I said, smell weed in here.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely smell it. I just can't believe he just, we were trying to be, I tried to talk him out of it, you see? I tried.
You're hella patient, man.
Yeah. Well, you
don't want him to step out, boys, yeah?
Yeah.
You got knives all in there. You got knives all in here. Hey, Sarge, I'm gonna check his. Just make sure they're all double locked up, and he says one of them's too tight, so if you wouldn't mind. All right, thank you, I appreciate you. Just around to me, let me double check it for you. All right, which one's tight one you said? This one? All right. I'm gonna let it come back a couple clicks. Is that better? All right. And let me double check this one. How's that one for you? Is that one all right? Okay. Okay. All right, hold tight me 1 second, all right? Is that better? Okay.
He wasn't getting out of the car. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't doing it by our laws. Like I was.
He's sovereign.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You want to put Junior in here with me? Yep.
23-217. Probably molding this one.
How about go ahead and set that one?
Where are they going? They were going to Las Vegas Trail.
All right, you already search him down?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to check him real quick. Anyways, poke, stick, and stab me? Anything sharp? Going to poke, stick, and stab me? No. All right.
The college original plan on C-17 calling because where they're going, they were supposed to be going.
We'll walk over here to the driver's side of the car, okay? How tall are you, my man?
6'3", damn!
I'm 6'2". All right, slide on in for me right there, okay? I know it's going to be a tight fit because you're taller. I apologize for the fit. I know it's not cozy. All right, seatbelt's optional. You want a seatbelt or no? How about you, sir? Seatbelt or no? Okay, all right. Sit tight with me. All right. They're going on a spiritual journey.
With Reynolds and his son in custody, another deputy checks in with the victim.
What's up, man?
I was turning in to go get something to eat. I went to go turn off the bridge to take a right.
Right.
This guy cut me off. I tried to go around and get away from him. He followed me here. I turned in here. Used my blinkers the whole time. And I noticed he was using his blinkers the whole time. He followed me. I went through the drive-thru.
These guys are so crazy at the scene come out of the GTA RP. True.
I'm going to teach you
58.
some manners, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to get you.
I'm gonna get you.
And proceed to get out of his vehicle and just.
Did you ever get out of your car? Okay.
My seatbelt on.
Okay. You got your ID on you? Do you want to pursue charges on him for battery? Oh, we've got him.
Yeah, I want. We can't do this to people.
Now, it seems that because the witness said Reynolds reached into the car to punch him, Reynolds was charged with burglary with battery, as well as resisting an officer without violence. He was released on bond, but he got in trouble with Florida Fish and Wildlife officers because apparently him and his son were using a local campground as a home, overstaying the 7-day maximum. After his court appearance on that citation, he was required to stay in contact with the bond agency if he was going to remain free. but apparently he didn't. So the judge revoked his bond. He reportedly has been locked up since February 2023.
That's wild.
Slowly working his way towards trial. We're going to end this in Eustis, Florida, near the middle of the state. It's December 2022, and an officer has pulled over a truck at a Dollar General.
Hi. I'm Sergeant Brown.
It's always the fucking Dollar Trees, Dollar Stores, Dollar General. It's always the dollars fucking
I'm sorry.
places.
I just took my seatbelt off.
You didn't have her on.
Yes, I did.
What?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You're gonna have to. I just took it off. I wear my seatbelt. Actually, I yell at everybody for not wearing their seatbelt.
Outstanding. You have your license on you, ma'am?
Outstanding. You got your license?
We're not from here.
So,
I know you guys from Michigan.
here.
I saw the tag.
Yeah. So I'm not.
Passport.
I'll give you my passport.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever you got.
But I'm not doing this traffic thing. I'm in Homeland Security School, bro.
Okay.
What?
I'm not gonna mess up your career, so. Do you have your passport on you or some
What?
sort of ID?
I left it at the house. It's not even.
Apparently she's in Homeland Security.
How do you have a passport but not a driver's license?
Do you have
I'm on my way to church right now.
Okay.
You're at the Dollar General.
I took my
I'm at church right now.
No, on my way to church.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Do you actually have a DL?
What do you mean? I don't need a driver's license in America, actually. Just to be honest with you,
Oh,
I don't.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Got. Oh.
I've already won this in court.
Fantastic.
No, you haven't. You were lying.
31.
They always say that.
Let me verify it.
Another cop let me off. I already won in court.
I'm sorry?
This isn't Michigan. It's not coming back.
This is my jurisdiction, actually, yes.
They just lie and lie and lie.
Stand by you.
They just lie and
Let's
lie
see,
and
Bucky's
lie.
basic traffic stop starts to become a little more complicated.
What's your first name, ma'am? Ma'am, what's your first name?
What?
Your first name?
But I'm trying to figure out what crime I committed for you to ask me that.
Not wearing your seatbelt, ma'am.
That's not a crime. That's
It's a traffic violation, ma'am.
It's actually a civil infraction.
Which I can pull you over for, yes.
No, I was wearing my seatbelt though. We're having a dispute here. I was wearing it, and you're saying
We're
it
having a
wasn't.
dispute here. So
You
here.
can't tell me I was wearing. I was not wearing
Can you
it.
settle down?
I want one of these people to be like, well, where's your seatbelt, officer?
I'm going to verify everything.
You don't look like you're wearing one right now.
Traffic warning and be on my merry way.
them to
That was my whole plan.
You're like,
Just
well,
to be
where's
honest
your
with you, not to
seatbelt,
get into a
officer?
long drawn out argument about whatever. This is not to be a pissing match, to piss you off, to be mean, to be evil, all that good stuff.
That's a thing, Dom.
I am going to be as chill as possible.
I've never heard that
There is no
term.
need to be like mad today.
The driver continues to insist she was buckled up the entire time.
I definitely 100% under God's.
Cop has a cool Superman watch. He does have
Okay.
Superman on his
Listen
watch.
to me.
What a
My
guy.
game plan is very
What a
simple.
Chad.
I'm just going to verify that you have a license or whatever that says you can drive in the state of the United States. Once that's clean and valid, I'm out of here. That is my plan. This is not. Morning, Mom. How you doing? Can you give me like 1 minute?
God's eyes, God blind.
Give me 1 minute, Mama.
Mama.
What's your first name, Mama?
It's Dixie.
Dixie. Miss Dixie.
Dixie!
You got a middle name, Miss Dixie?
I don't.
Okay. What's your last name?
Williams.
Miss Williams.
Of course, it's
Okay,
fucking
and your
Dixie
birthday?
Williams.
Dixie.
It's in August. Wow, I cannot wait to tell my professor this.
Okay, and the year?
We have to do all this over travel.
Yeah, because I don't have her DL or
I don't
a
need
passport.
DL, but I just told you,
You
that.
need an
I won it in the
identification,
Supreme
though.
Court.
Right.
I don't have to have a I don't have to
To
have an
verify your
identification.
identity, yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, whatever you say, but I need. What's your date of birth?
Okay, so this is Dixie Williams, and Miss Williams hands the officer a prescription bottle, which she says can help prove her identity. After finally getting the information, the officer searches for more details about Williams, her passenger, and the truck.
Wait, did that bottle say Planned Parenthood?
Yeah. Out of
Did
Florida.
what?
Cancel.
I
whatever
thought
you
it said
wanna call
Planned
When
Parenthood.
you sign an affidavit of cancellation, that means you're canceling your contract with the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Can't find you, and we can't even find the truck. It's like it's not even registered. So I'm gonna run the VIN real quick. Yeah.
I mean, we have access.
From
We have access
1900
from.
miles away.
We have access in the database of all the states. But I'm gonna run the VIN and see what we get. That's where we're at.
Another officer on scene has an idea about what might be going on here.
I think you're right, man. I think this might be sovereign citizens, homie. They are. Yeah, this is.
We love a soft sit.
All day. Miss Dixie.
That officer kind of caked up. Damn.
Apparently they're all kind of kicked up
we're
lately.
not finding it at all.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. They're
What
on
are they
a paper
feeding these
system.
officers?
Can I talk to you over here then real quick?
What's the definition? Hold on. Do you have my driver, or do you have my...
We have your passport, ma'am.
But my passport, I do.
Donuts.
We have his.
Did it fall out of there? Because it's an electronic
dumb.
card.
What'd I
And
do?
what is this guy talking about? A passport isn't an identification.
His formal identification is not a form for a licensed operator motor vehicle.
Yeah, but we're not a resident of the state of Florida.
You still have to have a licensed operator vehicle in the state of Florida.
Okay.
As the officer wearing the body cam stays at the truck to talk to William's husband, you can overhear Williams becoming heated with one of the other cops on scene.
Might have to get arrested by a lady cop.
Okay, first of all, that would be like calling somebody black the N-word. Yes, it is. It is very.
Thomas, she pulled an N-word card.
She did? Back it up. I want to hear.
She didn't say an N-word, but she pulled the N-word card.
Damn it.
Stays at the truck to talk to William's husband, you can overhear Williams becoming heated with one of the other cops on scene.
All states that when you're passing through, that's what the states on the Okay, first of all, that would be like calling somebody black the N-word. Yes, it is.
He
That would
asked
be
her.
like calling someone black the N-word.
He asked if she was a sovereign citizen.
How dare you ask if I'm a sovereign citizen? That's like me calling you an N-word because you're black.
She's immediately coping so hard. Lady, take the L. Move on.
L.
It's so funny.
She got the whole bakery. Who? The fucking lady? She's not my type of baker.
Same.
As Williams is put in cuffs, she calls for an OIC, or officer in charge.
She wants the head wizard in charge.
Call Kathy right now. Get my attorneys on the phone. Why are you arresting me?
They always have attorneys, but not a driver's license.
Your body camera's on? Where?
Hi.
Oh, okay, then I need the captain. I need the colonel. Cody.
She's just saying random words at this point.
Can I get the OIC over here?
I'm the OIC.
You're hurting me.
I know.
You're hurting.
Our passports from up north.
She wants the grand.
Here's
That is a civil infraction.
where we're at, Cody. The truck's not registered.
Cody.
The tag's expired.
Cody.
Okay. Where did you buy the truck?
He's an attorney. He's a state
Yeah.
attorney. Cody, can you get my...
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Or something, maybe.
Where'd you buy the truck? I don't know.
Okay.
A place? I don't know. Where'd you buy your truck?
And you are...
I'm being cool with you.
You are out of control, sir. You are abusing
You're out of control.
your power. No, I am not.
Listen.
You're abusing your power.
That's what the
We have property all over.
today.
We've been
Yes,
through this
you are.
before.
No, I'm not. Cody?
West Palm Beach years ago.
Cody?
I hope you
And they
hurt me.
dismissed everything.
I have a baby in my stomach. Do not touch me.
She's pregnant.
I like how chill the dude is right now, though. Like, he's wrong, but he's
Bro's
chill.
so chill. He's not even caring.
Okay. I'm not resisting anything you did.
Thanks, guys.
Why are you guys in this so much?
All right. My guys are not being aggressive. Your wife is taking things up a notch, unfortunately.
Your wife?
But and this is where we're coming from, okay?
Okay. So
She does not have
let her
a.
calm down.
Yeah, she'll calm down in a minute. She doesn't have a driver's license.
She ate a baby.
Okay.
Oh, God.
There's no. She was driving. That's what I'm saying. I saw her drive.
I'm telling you, we're not driving. We're traveling.
Okay, you're traveling. Whatever you want. But she does not have a valid
Stop.
driver's license.
We're not driving. We're
37.
traveling.
Okay, 36. The issue is that you just don't know the definition, okay, of the words. Driving is for commercial purposes. You're traveling. In court, no matter how much you guys believe your own beliefs, the words, the definition of the words have meaning. When you know this, you go to court, you tell the judge.
Doesn't hit as hard as that one guy being like, separation of church and state.
That one was great.
That was great.
Everything else, and for what reason?
The OIC, officer in charge, asked the passenger about the couple's beliefs.
State law is a
Let me ask you a
religion,
question.
and I don't
Okay.
have to follow it.
Are you guys like sovereign citizens?
No, of course not.
Okay.
No, of course
Stand
not.
up for, our rights.
Okay, and I'm totally fine with that. I respect that by all means. It's okay. I
Them
don't mean
when
to,
they
like
lie.
insult you by asking that question. But the certain language that was being used, it kind of had me like a little concerned.
Okay, explain to me the language.
Okay, that you guys don't recognize jurisdiction, you guys are traveling, things like that.
Recognize jurisdiction. I know the three branches of the government.
Which everybody should.
Executive branch and legislative branch and and of course
Uh-huh.
judicial branch.
Yeah.
I get them.
Well, listen, man. Like I said,
I know all three branches of
title on this
government,
truck
bro.
is even
I know all
canceled.
three
So,
branches. Okay,
if
but
this
that
was an
doesn't
old beat-up truck that was sitting
mean
around, it
anything
should
right
have been
now.
registered. That's the problem. It's not registered. That's the big problem. Okay.
I own the truck.
I know. You own the truck.
I own the truck, and they like bought it in cash.
This tag was
Yeah,
run
but you didn't
nationwide.
register
The
it.
VIN was ran nationwide, and it's showing.
Legit.
But it's not registered. It's not even like up to date. That's nationwide.
Dude, we live in Maine the majority of the time.
Okay.
We're just traveling down here.
Okay.
Okay.
We're just traveling
Down here,
in my
wife is
private
from Florida.
property.
I'm from Washington State originally.
Okay.
You know
But
what I mean?
if you guys are
Okay.
you guys are traveling, but you guys gotta have a driver's license. You can have a passport and stuff for ID purposes.
In Florida, yeah, it is for ID purposes.
For ID purposes, but for driving a motorized vehicle in the states, you need a driver's license.
You do not need a driver's license to travel.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. If there's already all this case law,
Same song and dance, man.
Okay.
The
Well,
only reason the lower court has to keep going through this is because you guys don't get the words.
okay. Hear me out.
So we're battling over what a belief system is. You believe we're driving, and we're telling you we're not.
Oh, they're gonna pull
That's
the
where
religion.
the issue comes in. And it's
Well-
like every time we stand up for our rights or something, you guys get on, this high horse, authoritarian high horse, and you're like, well, you're driving, you're this, and then we got to go to court, and we tell the judge, and the judge is like, okay, they're traveling. It's like, why do we have to go?
A judge has never in their life told you that,
And the
you know it.
officer has more bad news for them.
That being said, unfortunately, the truck has to get towed.
What do you mean?
It's not registered. It's not even up to date on the registration, the tag.
Yeah, it's an old truck, but it doesn't,
But you still have to.
No.
But if you're traveling, you have to have the registration up to date. You can't be driving on expired tags. In the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles for every state.
I don't contract.
You don't contract with them.
Why would I?
Cody, call Kat.
Why would I?
Tell her to get here now.
Williams was arrested and charged with not having a valid driver's license, not having any vehicle registration, attaching a fake plate to the truck, resisting law enforcement
You need a
without
Lumi
violence,
license
and
if you
refusing to
travel
sign a
on
summons.
foot.
Then in May of 2023, Williams wanted her attorneys dismissed so she could represent herself. She then filed a motion for her case overall to be dismissed. That was denied. The court ordered a competency hearing. In January of 2024, Williams was accused of taking her two biological children from their foster home in Sorrento, Florida. After an Amber Alert, Williams and the two girls, they were found safe in Louisiana. But this mother now faces a kidnapping charge. Troopers in Louisiana say she still
Well, was she
wasn't wearing her
traveling then
seatbelt.
too?
So that's a good sampling of some sovereign citizens' arrests. But if you like to see,
Well, that's about how I expected hers to end, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kidnapped children. Okay, yeah, no, that's
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
that's about what I expected. Well, chat, I hope you guys had a fun day watching some sovereign citizens. I wish we got to see a taser. We never get the taser.
We were so close.
There was like 20 cops in the way. We didn't get to see the taser.
were so close.
She came off so crazy they held a competency hearing. Yeah. You need a Lumi license to travel on foot. Who teaches these people this? Oh, there's different scam artists online. Some of them are scam artists. Some of them actually believe they're bullshit. That try and teach people how to be sovereign citizens.
Yep.
They're very, very crazy people. But yeah, no, they're actually people teaching people to do this.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys all had a fun little afternoon with us. Didn't get a bingo, didn't get a taser, and didn't get a window break. But you know,
Technically we did. They did smash windows for the truck.
Oh yeah, fair. We did get the truck. But chat, we got a little bit there, so that was fun.
Yeah.
I hope you all have a good night, good evening. I'm going to send you all to Amalgamate, because Amalgamate's always really nice about rating me, so I need to return the favor. But night, everybody. You guys have a good one.
Good night.